Hello, good morning, everybody. As if you'd want to start your morning off with this ridiculous, fucking sad, godforsaken podcast. This is Big Fudge here of Fudge and Finn's hashtag Shots for Likes podcast. Hope everybody's enjoying their day, whenever you may be starting it. I know I start mine a little late sometimes, and I do not mind it at all. Glad you're still listening. We are on episode 8 of the hashtag Shots for Likes podcast. This one specifically titled, Tanner Gets Stabbed. And that is no joke. He actually got stabbed, and he tells the story. And it's fucking hilarious. So if you got some time, because I know she's a long one, you better use it and listen, because you're going to have a good time. Because we had a great time with Tanner. I mean, I knew Tanner a little bit just from our bands playing music together, and Keith didn't know Tanner at all. And before we knew it, we were on 3 hours. And we were like, all right, we got to stop this podcast at some point, because we were having a great fucking time. But thank you, Tanner, for coming on. You definitely will be on again, because he's got even more stories to tell us, because this kid's a fucking lunatic, and it is fucking extremely entertaining. Yeah, I'm not even going to tell you much more than that, because there's just so much this kid's got. It's hilarious. But thank you for continuing to listen. You know where to find us, pretty much every single place that you can listen to a podcast. Obviously, if you're listening now, then you've probably chosen your favorite application to listen to us by now. So we appreciate it. Continue listening. This is episode 8 of the hashtag Shots for Likes podcast. Let's keep it rolling, cunts.
When you were in the bathroom, we were talking about how we find ourselves repeating the same porn videos.
Oh, what, like watching the same porn?
Yeah.
All right, I know what you're
just
talking
kind
about.
of like picking a favorite. When you're going through a trend.
Or if you think in the back of your head, you're like, oh, I remember that one. That's the one I feel like watching.
You know, I only watched like 30 seconds of that one, but there's probably another good 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
I only watched 30. Exactly. Like, it was that good. You only watched 30 seconds of it. So
There was a good plot to that one, you know?
Went back to porn.
Oh, we're on porn again. All right, whatever. We can talk about whatever we want. Porn, you know, more porn.
Well, he mentioned killing somebody before. What's happening there?
What?
Oh, just someone
Or
got
no,
murdered
somebody
in
already
porn?
got murdered, and we were apparently covering it up. I still don't know, though. It's like he let it slip by accident.
And
Now
then the
he's not-
cops came in, but they really banged the broad instead of the.
So it's
I've
the
definitely seen at least 3 of these videos.
Yeah, I know there's a dead dude right there, but you might as well suck my cock because I'm a cop. This makes sense. People
I got
are turned
handcuffs.
on. Fucking so stupid, dude.
Probably one of the few things.
There's a porn for everything, dude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You could just porn search anything.
I never really thought that my porn outlook was so basic until I looked at the category section. And
a lot of categories.
Like, holy shit. Am I just like a novice? What's going on?
Fucking loser.
I'm afraid of like
What have I been doing with my penis all these years?
I'm really afraid
Jerking
of
off to big tits and big asses. Look at all this stuff. How many toes are in there? What
You
am
know,
I
they have the gay
missing out?
section, you know? they got that category.
No, I'm more talking
all
like,
male bukkake.
like there's definitely a section that's like midgets dressed in animal clothing riding unicycles
Yeah, it's
on
all,
tightrope
all different tags.
while licking a cankle or something. Like there's some crazy things. And,
nice.
and
Cankle.
what I
Cankle
noticed
porn.
what I noticed was there was like big asses, big tits, babe, and then like A through letters I've never seen of sections that look really, really well equipped with good videos. I'm just afraid of going down that hole and going, wow, I can't come to anything now.
Yeah. I mean, like, you want to enjoy jerking off and have a good time, and but the fact of the matter is,
you go too
you
deep,
don't want
it's
to
like,
spend like a half an hour trying
All
to
right,
look for
babe, you're
something
gonna
to
have
jerk
to.
off.
I have to stick my toe in your asshole, and then you have to lick my earlobe. Otherwise, I can't come. I'm sorry.
You have to spell Jenga over and over and over.
Call
Wow,
me Kevin
While I'm playing
Spacey.
Jenga.
Yeah. What? No, spell Jenga, but play Twister. And your toes in my ass while I suck on my toe.
What the fuck are we doing?
And only will I come once all this happens.
Only then.
Well, you know what? I think we got close to introing with the Dutch Rudder.
Oh god.
Or to the Dutch Rudder, I should say. We got close to a decent podcast intro.
Yeah, might as well take a shot. I might puke.
Yeah, no,
It was a
I'm there
rough
too.
night last night, Dan. Like, you see the fucking wizard stick Fudge
I
has?
saw that when I walked in, and when I saw the Truly, I was like, Eric was here.
That was half Eric and
I knew
half Fudge.
immediately.
Like, dude, taking a sip out of that thing, it's like 7 feet tall.
Even if you wanted to, you could literally sit back on the couch and just hold this thing on your gut.
Oh, I can move the couch for you too if you want a seat.
Yeah,
We did that last
We
time.
could move the couch so you could use a normal seat to help. But like
This way you have a
these
back.
mics, they're the mics are so
yeah,
easy.
you got to be like right into it. I see Joe Rogan with this like antler thing
we're
that just
getting
comes
that
into his
soon.
mouth. I'm like,
we're doing that, dude. Him and his girlfriend put an offer in on a townhouse, so we're waiting. They're waiting for everything to be finalized and stuff. The girlfriend already gave the go. We got a whole fucking room for podcasting, bro. I'm gonna build a sick ass table. We're gonna paint it. We're gonna get big boom arms and everything, dog. Getting decked the fuck
Next time
out.
you come on, dude, it's gonna be fucking legit.
Yeah,
Way
it's
more legit.
already legit.
It's gonna be way more.
One, you
legit.
got microphones, you got good company.
You should have seen us
you
with
got alcohol.
Eric. The first
it's
time,
a styrofoam from the SM7B box that bothers me.
smell it,
Fresh
dude.
as fuck.
Yeah,
smell it.
you guys got the new mic, so that mic has only been used yesterday. I think.
I'm telling you, I could still get high off this thing.
Smelling the.
I'm getting mine today. Wait, am I moving?
Yeah, so here, I'll help you.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're probably good.
Yeah.
That's like, my girlfriend stole that from her college.
Dude, what a boss.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she stole that from her college.
These are like the most comfortable chairs ever.
Yeah, see, there you go. You got the
It
back
doesn't.
on
It
there
doesn't
now?
go any higher.
That's okay.
Unfortunately, that's what, dude. Like literally, I've done this before. I think on Ken's podcast, it didn't make it in
don't
because
remember. Usually I
there's a
don't
lot
remember.
of. But you could just literally sit here like this if you want. It's fine.
I feel kind of distinguished when I'm like, yeah. Like I'm about to like really
Look at
start
the sick
preaching.
mic I'm speaking into.
Until you, like, realize what we're talking about.
Yeah, there's no. It kind of removes.
We
that.
might have expensive microphones, but we don't have expensive taste.
No, I'm drinking a $20 handle of strawberry Smirnoff vodka. That's not classy.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
At
Shots
all.
for Like podcast, where you remove your dignity at the door.
That's good. I like
Dude,
that.
half the people are like, oh, please don't share this. Don't put this
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Some
What do you mean?
Dude, some people haven't. Dude, certain people haven't even shared it. I'm like, dude, like you got to share it, man. Come on, like you came on our podcast. We're trying to get something going here, and he's like, I shouldn't say he because there was a few people that didn't. They like wouldn't do it. They're like, we have family on here. I'm like, dude, block your family then. Don't come
like
on our
nervous.
fucking podcast.
You got to know what
Family.
you're getting into. You know what I mean? Like,
Only people I care about, think about me, are my girlfriend. She knows how weird I am already, so that works.
so you're good.
You can block
And,
her
like-
from the status too.
Yeah, and like my two cats, but they hate me, so it doesn't even matter.
You're good,
So,
man.
Yeah, we're good.
Plus, cats don't have headphones. They
Oh,
can't
Eric
listen.
just texted us. Oh, you know what? Well, first
let's
off,
do a shot.
Yeah, we got to do a shot.
And by the way,
gotta be
drink,
ready to go.
Feel free to drink that whole bottle and start drinking whatever else is in this house. Everything
Jesus.
is
Tippy top Tommy over here, huh? Am I right? Don't even cheer. Just drink it. I don't want you to spill any. There you go.
cheers. Here we are again. Or as I like to say, and here we go.
Mic check. Fudge and Finn. Shots for likes in that ass. Shots for likes. Shots for likes. Shots like. Shots for likes. Shots for likes.
Fucking Batman.
Terrible. Eric texted me and you, Keith. I've thrown up twice in the past year, both times after hanging out at the Bros Nest.
By the way, this is called the Bros Nest.
Oh, this is the Bros Nest?
This is the Bro Nest, where we perch off before we bro into the world. We bro-NATO. It's a long story to explain all that to you.
We do have a podcast you can explain it on, though.
When you gain structure the mic, can we gain structure it from when I'm right here?
Yeah. Okay, we can do it. Right, Fudge?
What are we doing?
He's saying where you should sit with the fucking mic.
Oh, you're good. Just fucking... You'll hear yourself in the headphones. That's the other good thing about the
Yeah,
headphones.
as long as you
like,
can hear yourself,
No, yeah.
you're good. He edits everything. You're good, bro. Fuck him. Make him work harder.
Fuck him.
I don't have to do any of it. I just show him to get drunk. It's great.
So now that Eric's in the conversation,
Yes.
can we just talk about how drunk you always seem to get when that man is at that?
You think
he's
it's bad
worse.
when- I'm worse. Dude.
You're worse?
I'm worse.
Keith and Eric are my two friends that, like, Eric's not as bad. Like, I don't have to drink when I'm with him, which sounds terrible that I just fucking said that because
He's fucking so
But I
lame.
mean, like,
drink.
I basically like Keith's literally my best friend, but I don't hang out with him unless I plan on drinking. Like, period.
It gets like
When have we ever hung out?
we hung out once and didn't drink, and we hung out for about an hour and a half, and we were so bored we kind of looked at each other and said, "You want to drink?" We lasted like an hour and a half or something like that. It was retarded.
Clearly, we planned on drinking because we had alcohol, so maybe we just wanted to see how far we can go.
Your roommate had beer, and we're like, "Hey, Chris, can we drink your beer?"
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'm somehow worse. I don't know if it's because I'm Irish.
I just
I'm
feel like you have
an
a
ass-
very good supply.
always.
That you're like, after you're
So
done
does Eric
drinking
and-
here,
Eric
can you
and-
just write a review on Yelp for me?
Eric and Steph have a lot of booze at their house.
Yeah, I
at all
know.
times.
They have more.
The
than me,
first
yeah.
time I went there, Eric's like,
Their
"Yeah,
house is a party house, dude.
Eric was like, "Come with me," and I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "You have everything here."
What do you want? I got vodka, this kind of vodka, that kind of vodka. I got
What-
tequila,
and
gin.
I was like,
He's
wow,
always
he's-
got tequila and gin.
What a great host! I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my,
Oh, absolutely.
this guy's great."
Because he's looking to get you all
Until
fucked
like
up.
4 hours in, you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, I was supposed to wake up extremely early the next day. I was like, "Nah, I can't sleep over." And then I'm waking up the next morning on this couch. I'm like, "What the fuck happened last night?"
Dude, you gotta understand, like, here last night got so intense. Like, we were drinking for like 12 hours yesterday. Like, a long time.
I started at 12:30 at brunch and had like 15 mimosas. Then I came here, but I didn't. I wasn't like I drank a little bit for the podcast, but I was like really tired because I didn't get much sleep. I explained it before on a different podcast, and I don't want to go too far into it. But yeah, dude, I had to like, and Brady started showing up. I had to like slow down and like not keep up with them because I knew I would have died. But I wish I did because I would have just passed out. I was up the late. I was up until like
He
4.
cleaned my house. It was great.
Your girlfriend and Justin were dancing all night to Spice Girls and shit, and I couldn't pass out because it was just so loud. And they were here fucking dancing to music, and like the couch I sleep on's right there.
Like I
So what's the dog doing?
He was cleaning for so long.
How'd the dog
that
get stuck in the blanket?
him and the
He's warming
Roomba
up.
syncopated.
Yes.
And they were doing like really coordinated moves to make sure this house was cleaned
Clean the
efficiently.
shit out of you.
No, yeah, I just went in the kitchen and put on some jams that I want to listen to that wasn't Spice Girls, and I just fucking cleaned your kitchen for like
There's
2
actually a
hours.
funny video with that. It's titled "Cleaning in Sparta," and it's just me drinking a beer and the Roomba, like going by, and I do a shot or something.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
current-
fuck you, Tyler, right?
It probably is. Yeah.
I'm currently rewatching Breaking Bad, and there's this episode where Jesse and Skinny Pete and Badger are all in Jesse's house when he's on that downfall.
Yeah.
And they all get super high. And then all of a sudden you see the Roomba go by, and they're all like, "Did that just fucking happen?" So when
Dude,
I
that
saw
show
that
is so
Roomba,
good.
I was like,
Oh my
"Is this
god.
really fucking happening?"
If it wasn't so loud, I'd pop it on. That thing's fucking loud.
Oh yeah,
Believe it or
it'll
not,
dude, it'll
yeah.
fuckel
I just kind of wish it played Spanish music, because then I'd feel.
Oh well, I can arrange that.
You can
Really?
program the Roomba to play music.
No, but I'll just put a fucking cell phone on it. Got you guys all excited. Have you ever
As it
seen
like drives away?
what's that? It's super racist, but it's funny. It's like, what does it sound like when you put a corn tortilla on a record player? And it's like a video of someone putting it on, and it's just like.
All right, I've seen what you're talking.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh my god!
Before I went to Cancun, I listened to that like 30 times. Kristen's like, please stop. Stop playing this.
She's like, "I'm trying to immerse myself in the culture by learning the language." You're like, "Yeah, me too."
Yeah.
Like,
It's on a record player.
it's obviously Spanish.
Like, it's so fucking stupid.
I do recall what you're talking about.
Good, because I would then I have to pull up now. You know,
Thank God.
this
Dude,
is dude. We're like slumdogging it today.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
okay.
We apologize. We're not like a little bit more upbeat. We started we just recorded the second episode of the Morning After Pill right before you got here. You came in during it, but I'm letting everybody listening know. And dude, you hear me in the beginning? I'm like, welcome to
What is
Fudge
the,
so
what is the Morning After
Pill? It's basically like us, me and Keith. Like sometimes a guest might pop in because we usually record another podcast after. It's like we're explaining what's going on or like what may have happened, and like we were probably just like drinking and didn't explain it at all during the podcast what happened. You know what I mean?
So we
It's
kind
kinda
of
like the current
little,
events you-
little like sober synopsis
like,
of like
you
what's
watch
going
Walking
on.
Dead?
Yeah.
So at the end, they have the Talking Dead.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
That was the
except-
way Tim Cooney described it.
Yeah.
That's a really good way to describe it. It's like almost like, and
Except
now
we call it the morning after. Pill.
we've been doing podcasts a
like
couple
that.
at a clip now. Like we've been doing like, like a couple in a weekend. So now we're just like first podcast, do a morning after pill, talk about the podcast before, see what happens, whatever. Get ready for the next one. You know what I mean? And then whatever else, whatever little stuff. They're like 20, 30 minutes. You know?
Speaking of
it's only the second episode that'll be
Walking
out.
Dead, have you heard the theory between Breaking Bad and Walking Dead?
Oh, with the meth in the beginning with Merle and Daryl.
That created the zombies. Did you hear about that shit?
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
I never heard the meth.
It's supposed to be because of all the Easter eggs they drop all over the place in the shows and the two shows. So it's trying to-
AMC really does that for their. There's like a Hell's on Wheels theory. Like they're all real into like supporting their casts because their
of
shows are
course.
taking off. Like
Oh my
AMC's
God,
a
yeah,
powerhouse. You know, it used to be like
because of
HBO,
fucking
Showtime.
Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
More The Walking Dead, but I know Breaking. What did?
I guess.
Well, they
they're
aired
both pretty popular.
They didn't run into each other. So like we can never know which show had the best popularity because like when you look at it, neither of them were running at the same
Well,
time.
The Walking Dead.
Really.
Walking Dead definitely eventually beat it. There was a point where I think The Walking Dead was like the most watched show like
It
ever.
was like season 5 or something. Like
Yeah,
way back
and then,
in
and
the
then
day.
it started to slow down, and a lot of people were like, "This isn't more interesting enough for me, and I'm not going to watch anymore." Like,
What people
then
feel,
they watch anyway.
I don't like content and dialogue and a story that builds up to something that makes sense.
what people fail to realize is it's not all about like killing zombies every episode.
Right.
It's showing.
It's about human nature
Yeah.
and how it develops in an apocalyptic situation.
Exactly.
And everybody's like, "There's not enough zombies, and it's just boring." And there's
You know what I hate too? They
fucking
bitch
people.
about. They're like, "Oh, I fucking hate Negan." It's just like we get it. It's
What?
cool. Do I hear this all
Negan
the
is
time.
one of the sickest fucking
best thing
TV
that's ever
characters
happened.
I've ever seen in my
having
goddamn.
read the comic books,
Yes.
and people are like, "Oh my god, the governor's so bad." I'm like, just fucking wait.
Yeah, just
I was
wait
like,
for Negan,
you're,
dude.
You're gonna see how a tank becomes way less cooler than a fucking baseball bat.
Yeah.
Like that baseball bat's gonna shatter an entire community.
Yeah.
Well, a
Dude, it's
tank,
fucking amazing.
whatever.
But people seriously bitch. They're like, "Oh, I get it. He's cool, but they just keep showing Negan. It's too much Negan." It's like,
Negan's the best character in the show
shut
right
the
now.
fuck up. It's great.
Show more Negan.
When he
Yeah,
makes
they keep
fun
showing
that
one of the
fat
main
broad,
characters all the
what
time.
does he say when he feeds the fat broad when they go back?
The one he ends up killing, right? He ends up killing her. Or no, he has one of the guys shoot her, right?
Fuck,
It's the
I don't
chick
know.
This
that was
is
like
when
the
they're
nurse,
this
right?
is when they're getting the guns, and he's like, "This woman's taking all your food and stuff like that."
Yeah, and she's like, "We're starving here," and he like looks at her. He's like,
not you.
"Really? Starving?" Dude, I fucking was tearing up. I heard that shit, and then he's like, "Rick, I took your kid home and fed him spaghetti."
Yeah.
It's so fucking hilarious. How do you not like that? People
Yeah.
bitch
The
about
best
it.
where when he goes to community, he's like, "I'm gonna have a vacation home here." I was like, "Damn."
Dude, I love it. He plays such a. Jeffrey Dean Morgan does a great job.
Oh
too.
yeah, he's.
I
the
wish
best
he was more
bad guy.
jacked.
I was
Like,
gonna say
Negan was jacked as
he's like a
fuck in the
scrawny.
comics.
He's a scrawny little bitch, like that actor, and like compared to like what you would imagine.
Yeah, and
somebody
in the
with a
comics,
baseball
he
bat.
was like big. Like he looked big. Like he was.
See, I've read the comics. I haven't gotten that far in them. I'm
comics-
like at the end of like the first compendium, basically.
The comics are incredible.
There's
I
just
love
like
them.
another
Wait,
two
but you can
compendiums
do
out, right?
more with an imaginary drawing than you
Yeah,
can
of
with an
course.
actual cast. Like Rick gets his hand cut off by the governor, and then when that whole horde of zombies comes in Alexandria, this man is taking on a horde of zombies with one fucking hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a hatchet.
And a hatchet. It's like, what the fuck?
Doesn't he do something in the comic? Does he do something to like replace his hand? Like, doesn't he put a weapon on it, kind of like Evil Dead style in a way?
Fuck, it's been so long. Since
I've gotten that far
that,
because I've gotten past. I want to say past the governor.
Merle does that.
Merle does that in the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Merle wasn't a character in the.
Merle
in the comics.
dies in the first season. He dies on that building. Daryl doesn't.
Oh, he.
and Daryl doesn't
I know
exist
Daryl wasn't.
No, he doesn't. Oh, well, you're talking about in the comic.
in the comic.
in the comics.
He
In the
died.
yeah, he died
just
on that building.
Because in the show, he comes back. He's hanging out with
Yeah.
the governor.
Yeah, he was there for like 4 seasons.
But then Daryl isn't even in the comic.
yeah, he doesn't
He
exist.
doesn't exist,
Yeah,
but he's like everybody's favorite fucking character.
I know.
That's why they won't kill him off because he's everybody
Dude, the
loves him.
coolest thing about Merle is always forget he was the host of that game show on Mallrats.
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly.
Have you ever watched Mallrats?
Are you
Never.
Are you familiar with Jay and Silent Bob at all? Okay,
One of
so
my favorite movies.
yeah, well, you need to see Mallrats then because Mallrats is probably just a little bit better than Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. It's my favorite Jay
Yeah,
and Silent Bob
out of
movie.
all the movies.
I don't know. Jay and Silent Bob have the greatest introductory scene in the world.
They do. Fuck. Motherfuck.
The best is that they reference the time from the Purple Rain movie.
Yeah.
That is the funniest fucking reference.
What's his name in the motherfucking time?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that shitty band from that shitty...
He like picks
Don't you ever say an unkind word about the motherfucking time?
Dude, funny story about Walking Dead. So me and him were hanging out. Or no, I'm sorry, not Walking Dead. Jay and Silent Bob. Me and him are hanging out. We put that movie on. We just started drinking. We had like maybe a shot or one cocktail. And it gets that part where the cop's like harassing him. He's like, oh, you don't smoke weed? What are these rolling papers for? He's like, shit, man, I got a wiping problem. Stick those fucking things up my asshole. Bam, no shit stains in my undies. He's like, you want me to pull my pants down and see the fucking steak nuggets? And we start dying. We're like, dude, we're not drunk enough to watch this right now. This is so funny. So we did like 5 or 6 shots in a row. This was a long time ago. And then we just...
You were too drunk enough.
Yeah, we just passed it out. We never watched the movie. Like, we both passed out on the couch. It was fucking a hammer, dude. It was a great movie, though.
It is a great movie.
Is that the only one you've watched?
I've seen Clerks 1 and 2, but I don't remember it enough.
Yeah.
I've only seen it like once or twice.
Aren't they coming out with like a new Clerks or something?
I wouldn't doubt it. All they're doing is repeating movies.
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
There's a fan base
fucking
already.
idiots like us are going to watch it, you know?
Yep.
Like,
I will pay the absurd $14 ticket price to
Just
go
to
see
go
it in the
see it.
movies.
my girlfriend hates the Jay and Silent Bob movie. She's seen all the movies they made. She's like, Jay and Silent Bob's the worst one. I'm like, you're fucking dumb.
What Strikes Back, she says, is the worst one?
Yeah, she's like, it's the worst one. Well, in a movie sense, I guess it probably is, because there's really nothing to it. But it's definitely the funniest one.
If we're going to talk about in a movie sense, The Room is an actual existent movie out there.
They're
So
coming
you
out
gotta
with a new one,
understand.
dude.
I know.
He wants to write a new
Tommy
one.
Wiseau, dude. Like, Tommy Wiseau's killing it. I was awkward when I first watched it. I watched it with a group of people who had watched it like 20 times each.
Well, it's got like a cult following.
Yeah,
kind of,
and this is a couple years ago. Now,
what movie is this? I'm confused. The Room?
It's considered the best movie ever made because it's the worst movie ever made.
Like, it's a dead serious movie. It's like a romance movie.
This will paint it for you. There are 3 sex scenes in this movie, 2 of which are the exact same scene.
And then try to play it off like it's 2 different ones?
Yeah.
I don't even, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard anything about it or seen it.
Watching it with this group of people. Now, we all smoked prior to this, so I'm already kind of paranoid that
you can't do it so
going on. And like people were thinking things when realistically we're all in the room like now
I want nachos.
Tanner made a hilarious face.
and the worst part is being that everyone in this fucking room is reciting this movie word for word, they're all also watching me how I'm reacting, because I'm like that one friend that loses his virginity last. It's like, oh, how'd it go? 3 seconds, nice. No,
you broke my record.
You beat me, man. 2.5.
Not only am I like over excessively paranoid because of the
weed.
Yeah, you know. They're watching me, so that increases.
It's the worst, because when you're really baked, the last thing you want to do is hang out with like 6 people. You just want to sit there and eat and fall asleep.
It's good and all when you're watching something like that you could turn your brain off, but something that they've already like staged it to you, like, get ready for this, and you're like,
that's like the worst, dude.
You're looking at him like, I don't even know my name.
You gotta stop hanging out with those people. That's the people. That's like me. You don't want to be around me.
The worst part, they were my work staff, so I had to see them the next day. So I had to like watch this and absorb this. Really, I'll use the word traumatizing because it was definitely traumatizing.
It's like he got raped or something. Like,
yeah, and
that's a perfect time frame to joke about that, huh?
And they're looking at me like, "What'd you think?" And
you're like, "I'm baked as fuck." That's what I think.
No, to this day, I'm lost for words because I rewatched it like 2 days later.
You have to, yeah.
And I was stone cold sober, and I'm like, "This is the greatest fucking movie I've ever seen in my life."
Because it's so serious.
It's so bad. Yeah.
Like he's taking it serious. The guy who I think he wrote, acted, and directed the whole thing. But he's like dead serious, like in his head when he first.
And nobody knows who Tommy Wiseau is, like where he came from.
He's like, this is a great script. Like, this is actually gonna be a really good movie.
What's the movie about? Is it like just like quick?
It's like a romance movie.
Yeah, it's like this guy who's an up and coming like banking something, and he's like got a love, and they walk in the room, and the room is the only room you see like throughout like 98% of this movie, and he's got this girlfriend, and he loves her,
and he sounds almost like like a retarded Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No,
But Arnold Schwarzenegger already sounds retarded.
No, I feel like
Well,
it was a guy with a mental disability who suffered a stroke 5 separate times and never recovered properly from it.
How do you recover from 5 strokes?
But
You should be dead.
Well, funny story is actually just learning the English language as well. So it's just kind of like I can't paint it.
You gotta watch it.
He's mythological. He's never existed.
It's like a unicorn, dude.
Yeah. On the
Forrest
story,
Gump.
On the story of strokes, my grandfather.
That's something we shouldn't laugh to right off the bat. Like, so strokes.
It's just like it's
That's exactly
I'm gonna
sad.
have
It's
one
like-
on the show one day.
But it's like, I look up at like my family. I'm like, my grandfather right now, he's had like the 5th stroke he's ever had. He's had like 7 different heart attacks and stuff. The man
he's still
and
just trooping, dog.
Dude, the
He's
man
still
just
killing it.
He wakes up and he's like, I gotta go to work, and he'll go to work. And he'll
That's
be like,
awesome,
fuck this, I'm going to work. And I look at him like, fuck, man, if I drink like 8 beers the day before, I'm like, I can't go to work. Man. I'm like, I'm
You
such
should
a
not be on
bitch.
this
My
podcast,
grandfather
Yeah.
has 7 heart attacks, 5 strokes, and goes to work. I have a 6-pack, and I'm debating calling out.
Yeah, it's like I look at him like, oh, I slept weird.
They don't make
I'm
them
not
like they
going
used to
work.
anymore, man. Us
No, I'm telling
millennials
you.
are a bunch of pussies.
There's this guy who has been coming to Crows forever. He's 95. And he finally stopped going to Crows because they put him in hospice, but he just never died. Like he had...
So he keeps escaping. Is
No,
that
he
what
can't
we're-
move. Like he really can't move. But he's like he had a heart surgery 2 years ago, which normally when you're that old, they don't do that. They're like, this is kind of a waste
Yeah.
of time. He was internally bleeding for like a month.
He must have had good insurance
And he had like...
for them to do it, like doing
Yeah.
heart surgery when you're like 80,000 years old.
and he had blood poisoning. And he lived through all of it, dude. All of it. He's still going. And guess what he wants to do? All he wants to do.
Drink.
Go to the strip club.
What?
Nobody takes him.
No, they do take him. They wheel him out. So they have a bus.
I was gonna say
that
they
picks
better
this dude
fucking
up.
take him. Jesus Christ.
So his son's also old. He's like 60 something.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So his son picks him up. They get him they fucking get him on a wheelchair, put him in a van. The van driver drives them to a strip club, and they wheel this old ass man. The strippers are just like, oh no, like,
Not Kevin.
I gotta
Damn
give
it.
this guy a lap dance in like 5 minutes.
Last time I gave him a lap dance, his wheelchair rolled back and I fell.
He calls them LDs. He's like, he calls the strip club. He says, I was up the hill. That's what he calls it.
Want to
Okay.
know why? Want to know why he survived? He wasn't eating gluten. That's what it was.
His dick did not fly.
Gluten-free.
Fucking knew it.
Gluten.
You know,
Make your dick fly off.
you know what? Too. Even though he's in the wheelchair, he's doing CrossFit as well. That's why.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
He's vegan too.
He calls them LDs, dude. He's like, yeah, I got an LD up the hill the other
What's
day.
the LD stand for?
Lap dance.
Oh, okay. All right.
They gave me a senior.
You can tell how out of it I am that I didn't put
I
that
used
together.
my
immediately.
ARP card. I got 10% off.
Oh my dude, you know what? That guy, good for that fucking dude.
Dude,
you know
and
what I mean?
I've
You're
known-
like barely alive. You're getting tits in your face every
I
day.
can
That's
just
what you should
imagine
be
he's
doing.
like, "Do you take Social Security
Dude,
checks?" Like,
Dude, so I went with them once because they're like, dude,
wait, what?
yeah, this is great, dude. So
Why
like,
did you not open with this?
Yeah,
I don't know. I just came
How
to
come
me.
I've never heard this
No, this
story? Are
is-
you fucking kidding me?
This
dude?
is legendary.
It's
I'm
gold,
serious.
dude. Pure gold. So,
Yeah, spit it out, bro.
they're like-
Actually, let's take a pre-shot for it. And if it's
All
a
right.
long enough story, we'll take one after because I can't handle being as hungover as I am. I unfortunately need to drink through it. So we need
you
to
want
get that
traditional,
going.
dude?
Fuck no,
Oh,
I'm
no,
not.
you
I'm
guys are
not a
doing that.
complete asshole. I just don't want to be hungover anymore.
Or you are though,
Yeah, you're right.
a complete asshole and hungover.
You know what? That's fucked. I don't want to lie to the viewer.
My band's
Guys,
gonna be really
you
pissed
know I'm an
off when I
asshole.
show up really drunk. They're gonna be like, "Hey, man, you write 99% of all."
well, do you play bass?
No, I play.
Oh,
every
then yeah, you're
instrument.
fucked. I was gonna say if you play
Oh, this
bass,
isn't the highlight.
No, the highlight is. Sorry, guys, but they're pretty done. It's sad because they're probably the most talented musicians I've ever played with in my life.
I really like the highlight a lot, man.
Honestly,
That-
me too. They're my best, dude. They're like my best friends. They're the greatest group of people ever. And it sucks that like everyone's lives are going in different directions because we have a
what
lot of
happens when
potential.
you get old, man.
But it's like at the same time, you know, we can't let something as great as we want it to be drag us down from achieving what we need
from
to
life.
achieve.
Yeah, living.
Yeah, I'm not selling out, but it's like, hey, we can let this go for now, and if it ever resurfaces, yeah, definitely.
Right.
But as of right now, like I do not play. I left after the POD show.
I remember you guys playing piano. I remember John kept hitting me up. He's like, dude, can you come out? Can you come out? And I was like, I think it was like, because it was like $40 a ticket or some shit, 30, 35.
It was like $30.
POD still plays?
Dude, POD, Alien Ant Farm, Fire from the Gods.
Does Alien Ant Farm have any other songs besides
Hey, okay.
in the movies and fucking the Michael Jackson song?
No, I don't think so.
I think the album
They
was
just play those two back and forth at the
I
show?
think they play a bunch of covers and then they play those songs.
They play
But
songs.
I don't remember because what always happens when I go to Stanhope House is I say I'm not gonna get that drunk, and then I wake up the next day going, "What the fuck?"
Hey, guess what? I got that drunk.
Yeah, and it's always my fault. It's no one else's fault.
Speaking of
It's
Stanhope
my
House,
fault.
you guys want to go?
Their band played that show with us, by the way. The Stanhope House show you came
That's
to.
what I'm assuming. Oh,
Yeah.
you guys were there? All right?
They
I was
played.
fucking
They
hammered.
actually. I think you guys ended up because we were supposed to open, and John
Playing-
John was like, "Oh, like, dude, can you get us on?" Or you would have. And I was like, "Dude, that'd be awesome." When you ask him, so and then he was like, "Oh, your buddy's band will open." And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, the Highlight's been a band for way longer. We'll probably draw more people to play there more. Like, why aren't we playing first? Like, but I guess maybe because you guys got on
Well,
because it was like you guys then us, and I think you barely made it for us, right?
I think No, I showed up before the show started, so
Wait,
I probably saw.
Are we talking?
Oh, you
wait, what
did.
show? Are we
So you
talking
probably
about?
did a show. The Waiting for Sunset show. It's the only show you came to for
Yeah,
him
Oh
and
my
you
I
and
was in the
Justin
back
came.
hammer drinking James.
watching. It was so funny because I'd already seen you guys at the Fall of the Queen show.
Yeah.
So I already knew what to expect. Everyone in the crowd was like, "Who the fuck is Double Overtime?" I was like, "Get ready for this shit!" And I was like, "Cause it's gonna be good." People were like, "I don't know any. Like, they've never heard of this band."
Right.
Meanwhile, they have no idea that all 5 of the fucking members have been a part of like really good bands from like the Ricky's
Right.
Barn era, and like
Ricky's Barn.
people. I remember standing in the crowd, everybody going, "What the fuck? How do I not know these guys?" Like,
Dude, that sucks you're telling me that because Dot's pretty much done too.
what? You guys were fucking so much fun to watch live. I love listening to your music. I listen to music on iTunes probably every day.
Really?
Not even lying.
That's awesome. I did listen to the Highlight a lot. I listened to that EP. your guys'
me
EP. a
too,
whole
except
shitload.
that the engineer that did the highlight stuff. And
Oh, he fucked you guys over
he's
so bad.
He's a piece of shit. And I hope he hears this.
no,
Well, everyone listens.
No,
so
I know.
sure
I know
they'll
who
hear it.
is. I know. Who he is,
John
but-
explained a little
No,
bit
yeah,
of what's
yeah.
happened, dude. Like, fuck that. That's when you start to go in and you're like, all right, dude, like you see these two big guys behind me? They're like my best friends and they're going to fucking break your
Doing-
goddamn legs, you faggot. Give us our shit. Like, I hear shit. You know how many times we have to scream at Kevin and shit for fucking... I mean, I'm never going back to record with him anyway, and I doubt he'll ever listen to this, so I don't really care, but... It's a really... working with engineers, man, it's a pain in the ass because they
Would you
got
say
you by
they're
the
a bunch of
balls.
cunts?
Keep in
Because
mind.
you pay them the money, they are the ones responsible for making you sound good, and they can take as long as they fucking
Well,
want.
Not so much. It's like as doing engineering myself, it's like, yeah, they have you kind of by the balls, but you know, they're supposed to apply everything that you're doing to keep it true to yourself. So
Right.
it's really hard. Like I had my older brother in the booth yesterday, and now take it from someone like I've been in music for years. You know,
I just play bass, so
yeah.
Me and him
No,
used to be in a
undersell
band
it,
a while
don't
ago, but
So I have this thing called red light syndrome. It's for people who are not used to being in the studio, and once that red light, when you start recording, it gets to your head. And
Good thing
after
we
a
don't
while,
have a
there-
light in here, huh?
Yeah,
Tanner starts freaking out. What the fuck?
I'm out.
it really gets to your head. Now, I was in a band years ago with a dude who toured across the country with like Mayday Parade and all these fucking bands. Like he's, you know, he
Big
had a
time.
good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was big time. He sat me down in front of a computer. This is my 18-year-old stuff, and he's like, record. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Now he's teaching me how to use Pro Tools. He's teaching me how to record and do all this stuff. And I'm not playing on time. He's like, what are you doing? He's freaking the fuck out. I'm like, yo, this dude's going to stab me in the fucking head. Like, I was genuinely afraid for my fucking life. And I'm not kidding. So I have my brother in the booth yesterday, and he literally stepped out of his world into our world for the first time and went straight to the recording booth. He's never written a song. He wrote the song the day prior. So
Really?
Saturday. And I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
listen,
sure. I mean, I've been doing it for so long that
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm
gotta get
sure I
used
was
to
like
it
that in
now.
the beginning. I
Yeah.
remember Burn the Bridge. It was, but I don't. That's the one thing I love about playing music, and we're definitely gonna get back to that stripper story. By the
Oh
way,
yeah, it's not. It's not
but
going
that's the
anywhere.
one thing about playing music. I think it's
Hinting
like,
at it.
yeah, you get nervous. Like I always get like a little anxious before playing and stuff. But like the second I start playing, that's like that switch flicks, and it's like I don't give a fuck about any single one of you, whether you like me or
Yeah.
not, and I'm gonna just play the best because I'm having a good time. Like that's what I love about music. Like I'm like almost fearless with
yeah.
it. That's
I
it's
love
like
how
one of
the-
those points in my life where I'm not ever.
The second
afraid
time
of
we
it, you know?
recorded, I just got hammered, and you're like, I'll play your bass, dude. Don't worry about it. I was like, nice.
I wish I was the person I was on stage for the rest of my life. The person I am on stage is way cooler than the person I am on stage.
It's pretty cool, man.
You do seem pretty cool.
I don't know, man. It's like
You don't know me on stage, Joe. I'm a badass.
you don't know me, dude. Like after all my shows, like all these old timers, like roadie guys, like the POD and like Alien Force, like I've been touring for like 39 years. I've
Dude, I
been
saw them in
cancer 8
Ozfest.
times, and
Like-
I never seen anyone perform like you. And I'm over here like, bro, I was like fucking tired today. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I've almost killed Matt Federici on stage 7 separate times with just my bass.
Nice.
And I know, with just the headstock of my bass. And we talk about it all the time. We're like, remember the time I almost killed you? Which time?
Which
Yeah,
one,
it's
dude?
like-
There's been so many of them.
So,
Matt's the other guitar player who didn't post the dick pic on Snapchat on his story by accident, right?
Steve. Oh my God, Steve is like the funniest fucking dude ever. And
That
the
was such a good story, man. He was trying to send his girlfriend a dick pic, and he accidentally put it on his story. For like 45 minutes, dude.
It wasn't a dick pic. It was a fucking video of him
A
peeing.
jerk-off video?
It was him peeing. And he had no idea till the next morning. He texted
Oh,
me.
it was
he's-
him peeing.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
And
he
he's-
was like... Oh,
he
but he
is
sent
a-
it to his girlfriend to like joke
He
around,
put
I guess?
it on his story.
Yeah, but wasn't the point was like
Yeah.
showing peeing like joking with his
Yeah, and
girlfriend?
the best part, he texted me like, "Bro, why didn't you tell me?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "I put my dick on Snapchat
For like a
video,
day.
and it was there for like 12 hours. Nobody told me." I was like, "What?"
John told me that, and I was like, dude, I love this band.
Oh yeah, dude, they're the funniest group of dudes
That's
ever.
funny, dude.
And all right, so back in the engineering thing, there's like he's in the booth, and I'm like telling him, Ty, like you're gonna get stressed out, like recording to the time signature and everything,
Right.
Like staying, and it's a totally different world. Especially
What
don't
was he
practice
playing?
a metronome, a ukulele, and singing.
Okay.
Now take someone who's never sang professionally before, has no technique,
Right.
and who's only been playing the ukulele for 3 months and never played an instrument prior to that.
It's rough, man. Doing
Yeah,
that for the
and-
first time, it's like it's a whole new world. You
Oh
literally...
my God. And even when you're practicing and going to the studio for the first time, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
'Cause you're
Most people don't
starstruck.
practice
Yeah.
to a metronome. They don't know. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you go in there, they're like, all right, here's this click track, play perfect, or you're wasting my time and yours.
And so, and I'm not gonna lie, like, he really impressed me. It boiled down to like it started discouraging him, like listening back
Right.
and here, and
Well,
I
of
can understand,
course.
but take it from a songwriter's purpose, like point of view, who's always recording every day and like doing everything. I was listening to a song and I was like, wow, this dude who's never written a song before is writing really good fucking music
And doing it in fucking
and then
3
I'm like
months.
looking over my stuff and I'm like, what the fuck?
I thought I was a good musician. Shit.
It sucks,
But that's
dude.
good,
Never
though.
do this again.
that's a good- that's
You
good.
can't
it,
be-
it makes
Yeah.
you fucking be like, you know what? I've been fucking slacking lately. I
No
need
more
to-
elitist mentalities.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
thinking like you're. Yeah.
That's the worst in what sucks is about the NJ music scene now is that like
Oh my god, the list goes on forever.
but right now what's most prominent and what's scary to me as someone who is very accepting and open-minded to everybody
Right.
is like
Well, you have to be in that
yeah,
sense.
it's if you're not a part of specific communities, which will remain unlisted, you have no chance. I read on a huge forum page that has probably 7,000 members,
Right.
that if you're just a guy, specifically a white guy who's okay with being a white guy, just being themselves, they won't book you. They won't cast you. They won't do anything
That's
with you.
crazy.
They won't play shows with
Makes
you.
sense though. Like I'm
And-
sure that shit goes on with a lot of things. You
But
know?
I don't know. It's kind of sucks because someone who's gonna release his music soon, it's just kind of like, oh wow, people are gonna shoot me down for being me.
Yeah.
It's like,
No. Yeah.
wow,
Exactly.
what happened to the music scene?
There's
Dude, think about Sirens. Like there was like a lot of big fans of Sirens. There's definitely people who liked it. Like a decent amount of people liked us, but a lot of people, it was like we were like the buffer before like the fucking super heavy bands that were about to go on for them. You know what I mean? And like we were more of a band that you would kind of want to like actually sit and watch anyways. But for the most part, that exactly like we like practiced like 3-4 times a week. We were doing tours. We were doing all kinds of shit to play really, really well and really try to go somewhere with it because we were young enough to.
I remember.
We were trying.
You guys are awesome too.
Yeah, thank you.
I remember seeing Dan
And-
Boyle at Kyle Kane's house all the time on the weekends, getting super.
Kyle Kane. I saw that motherfucker drunk as shit. Fucking Christmas Eve.
Man,
Fucking a few weeks ago, man.
One thing
he was
Kyle's-
like, Dan, I'm like, Kyle, I barely know you, but what's going on, bro? Like, that's the thing of beauty about alcohol.
That was my neighborhood I grew up
love it.
in. So I would go up the street. I was like, I'm done getting fucked up with these other people. I'm gonna go fucked up with other kids. And I'm 16. They're all like 20, 21. And we're fucking having a great time. I see Dan Boyle. He'd be updating me about sirens and all this stuff. And it was just cool.
Once we played with you guys, I think he was like, dude, I used to hang out with his brother all the time, or whatever. Yeah.
My
I was like, I'm
little
telling you,
brother.
he's from. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's from West Milford. Like, you should know him, or at least maybe his brother.
What grade? What year did you graduate?
13.
Oh Jesus!
However,
you're young as shit.
I got held
I
back.
graduated 05, you fucking baby.
Was it- yeah,
my-
06?
Shit, man, making me feel
my
like I'm 80
brothers-
and shit.
No. It just makes me feel better. I got held back in kindergarten. Something about coloring inside the lines.
Fucking
Not my
retard.
thing. So I should
Fucking
have graduated.
retard.
as
Man, you're
well.
fucking stupid.
I swear to this fucking day. I swear it's because I colored Abraham Lincoln's face green.
They're like, I think this kid might be retarded. He's got to stay back so we can make sure.
No, and the worst fucking part is she asked me why. She's like, "Why'd you do it?" I was like, "Green's my favorite color."
I like green, bitch. I want to be an alien.
And it was super easy. And she looked at me and she's like, okay. And then the girl behind me, who actually tested
Bitch was like an artist.
as mentally challenged the year after that, I will note, colored it blue. And she fucking passed. And this girl.
Racist, man.
This girl, no, not racist. You're not racist.
What's the
I
word?
was
I've never
from an
seen
all-
green
I'm-
people.
I'm from
What's
an
the
all
word?
white-
What's the word when you say derogatory things towards retarded people? Because it's not racist. It's not sexist. What is it?
Is there a word for that?
Bigotry?
Retarded.
Bigotry? I don't know.
No, bigotry. That's
like
just
hating-
racism, right?
I think
Bigotry's like
that's hating people from other nations.
here's where my dad's gonna listen next in 2 weeks and be like, Dan, this is what bigotry is, you fucking moron.
Dude, his dad texts him like every week. He listens. He's like, God, you guys are so fucking stupid. He's like, you're wrong on this. You're wrong on this. Joe Biden was our vice president.
Vice president for 8 years, you morons.
You should have your dad on this.
Oh, my parents live out in Vegas, so they
Wait,
just
they live there?
Let's make a trip. Hey,
That is
big guy, you
fucking
gonna fly us
awesome.
out first class? Cool.
dude. The second that is going to happen,
legroom?
we are going to one day. We will fly out. We'll go on vacation there, and we're gonna fucking record a podcast. With my dad, like 3,000%. I don't give a shit if he wants to or not. Like, he's getting old now. He can barely walk around. So I'll just fucking
We should probably do it.
knock
soon
him
then.
out, tie him down to a chair or something. Be like, you're doing it, old man.
I don't
think he'll do it though.
I don't think you're gonna have to knock him out. I think he's gonna be like 2 hours to embarrass you.
Oh yeah, my
It'll
dad.
just be
got
2
it.
hours of us like, okay, Dad.
He's like,
you're right, Dad.
I'm sorry.
I know who Joe
My
Biden
dad-
is now, Dad.
Well, my dad will probably start pulling up some stories that like I definitely forgot, like some embarrassing shit about me. So that'll probably be hilarious.
Well, what do he text you?
Oh yeah, so we'll get that. We'll take the shot. I'll read off what my dad
while
said.
you do that, I'm gonna take a piss.
Go for it.
Do it up.
Oh, actually, we'll fucking.
It doesn't matter. We're editing you out of this whole podcast anyway. So
No, he's not that guy.
he's not the guy. Okay, the next guy.
He didn't even bring booze. Remember the guy?
yeah.
The guy that happens. He's got to bring.
So
booze.
Jeff, you know what? Take Jeff's video off the air. and
Take
then
Jeff's
we'll
off?
Re-edit it.
even though it's already been up for weeks.
We should do that once, like just to be a dick. Like,
take somebody's episode down.
no, not take it down, but like, so let's say with Jeff, we'll have his episodes on, right? And then we'll repost it and just literally edit him out, like as a joke.
Oh man, I wonder what that would be like.
It'd be cringy, but it'd probably be funny.
They probably like the
Like, we have to do
like
with,
the
like-
old sitcoms when they take out the laugh tracks.
Yeah, like we would have to do it with Ken's because his was like an hour.
Yeah.
So we'll just edit him out completely, and it'll just be us like talking very badly out of place.
for no fucking reason. I think we're coming close to the 10th episode, man.
Are we?
We gotta do a little celebration. This is the 8th. I mean, you're not counting the morning after pills. That would be
No, of
that
course
would
not.
make it 10. But well, I don't count those. But yeah, this is the 8th episode, man. We're fucking to it next weekend, or
We're running out of friends.
so maybe. Well, we gotta figure that out. I know Jack really wants to get on bad. We definitely gotta get him on. That'll be good. But we gotta figure something out for the 10th episode. I would say, right? Who thought we'd make it this long? Who thought we'd make
We
it
should
two?
probably
Who
bring-
thought we'd make it 2.5 months?
Probably bring Poinsett on. and start.
Nah, he's already, dude. Come on, man. Fucking, you know how many more people need to before people come on?
It's
Start
gotta
to
be
double
like
up.
an epic. Well, maybe we'll bring Eric back on the 10th.
Maybe do Eric and Poinsett. That would be.
We'll figure it out. We'll have a good.
It's got to be some classics.
We'll
Eric,
probably have two. People
Eric
on
will
for
also
that.
be a regular as well as like Poinsett.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Well, he's gonna be the bartender. He said yes last night.
He did say yes for sure. So yeah, that's the thing too, Tanner. I know you're just coming back. So because we're going on and on about the podcast room, because we're really gonna put some time and money and effort into it. Like I said, I want to try to like build a fucking huge table for it and shit.
Whatever you need help with, I'll help with.
Word up, dog.
Beautiful. Where do you
Well,
live?
we'll
you
get
still
you-
in West Milford?
No, fuck that piece of shit town.
It is a garbage.
It's
town.
like Pennsylvania.
We all grew up there, but
it's its own
with
world
heroin.
because
dude.
It's like Pennsylvania
it's
with
like-
heroin.
It's literally Afghanistan and New Jersey. That's how much heroin is there.
It's
and
bad, dude.
I'm surprised the U.S.
I mean, it's
hasn't.
bad everywhere, but
I'm surprised the U.S. hasn't.
It's really bad in
like,
West Milford. Somebody dies of a heroin overdose in West Milford like
I
every
know,
few weeks.
and I
dude.
usually
see
know
on-
most of
It's
them.
terrible, dude.
yeah.
What's weird is like the U.S. hasn't declared war on it yet for how much heroin is there, and we need to protect our opium. I'm surprised. Like I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked.
I like the snide politic remark. I like it.
Yeah, I can't help it. So
I love being I love being a fucking douchebag. I don't want to talk about politics too much because it just drives me nuts and definitely drives Keith nuts. He doesn't give a shit about any of it.
It's really funny when like I talk to my professors. They're like, "Oh, where you from?" I'm like, "West Milford," and they're like,
You do heroin, bro? You must be a fucking heroin addict.
fuck out of my classroom.
How you going to school?
They look at me. They're like, "It's pretty bad there." I'm like, "Really?" I had no fucking clue.
I'm from there. Yeah,
No shit.
I'm from there, faggot. Thanks, I know. I have an idea.
They pay you to be a professor, and you don't know this.
They-
Like, you
and
fucking-
it's weird because I go to CCM and
I went
they're
there,
from
too.
they're from Morris County, so like Morris County doesn't understand. They're like, "Yeah, we have heroin issues." I was like, "Yeah, we have a heroin like."
Epidemic.
Yeah, it's like
We're supplying your
We
heroin
are
issues.
heroin.
it's become a prescription. It's sad and it's sad to the point where it's so sad that I can joke about it publicly because I don't fucking care about them anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously, like we definitely both know people, I'm sure, who passed away.
100%.
Just in the last year, it's been so fucking terrible. But at the same time, dude, I mean, I joke around about fucking every single. I joke around my brother who passed away 6 years ago. My girlfriend and my friends, every time I do, they're always like, dude,
Oh, no,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm saying it. You can laugh.
Well,
Like,
the weird thing is like we can't talk about these things even though we're gonna like.
well, that's the thing about this
Yeah.
podcast. We talk about fucking
Oh,
anything.
fuck yeah!
Unless it's like way too blatantly racist, and I have to take it out because it's like,
Yeah.
and I say it every single episode, like we aren't racist people. We're just joking around, but sometimes it's somebody we don't want to catch people the wrong way. We just want people to,
Yeah.
have fun. At the same time, though, it's like, like
So it's
fuck
like
off. Go listen to fucking
when you look at West Milford,
the
it's-
Views podcast or something.
So when you look at their drug rate and like their crime rate and everything that's going wrong or essentially right because that's what everybody's trying to do, you look at the dynamic of the town and when you see the influx of
it's like two different towns.
well,
three.
almost.
Yeah.
It's like there's 6 points in town. There's a Wasting, Newfoundland, up
Hewitt.
the mountain, West Milford, which is the center of town, like Pine Cliff area, Hewitt, which is up the mountain, and then like
Mountain critters, man. I was one of them.
yeah, I was a mountain critter, and then I moved down the mountain. That's how you know. I'm from
I was
West
down.
Milford.
crossed
I was
over.
down the
Yeah.
mountain.
You crossed over.
I crossed over, and what the issue was when you look at the dynamic of the town is when you got these influx of all these people from other towns, mainly Southern Jersey, Central Jersey, and they're not used to people riding quads. They were like, they're making noise. and you take away their number one form of entertainment, which is riding in the woods, having a good time with your friends,
Skateboarding.
What the fuck are you gonna do in that town?
Yeah.
And when you have a shitty school system, now I'm not saying shitty because
Never got a
I don't
skate
know.
park.
I
Remember how
rented-
long that went on about getting a
Yeah.
skate park? That town never fucking got a skate park.
No, they
You're
have
actually, I've
one.
never
Mount-
thought about it that
Mount
way.
Laurel.
The goddamn town did it to itself, dude.
No,
there was nothing to do in West Milford
BMX.
ever, bro.
The BMX park. They were supposed to have a BMX park, which they built years after the fact that they agreed to, and it was.
I
very limited.
remember going to the town meeting because I skateboarded. I used to skateboard back when I was a teenager.
Was Mount Laurel already
For
there?
a fat
Or
kid, he was
another-
pretty
You're
good.
right.
Mount Laurel. But the issue is Mount Laurel.
happened way after I stopped skateboarding.
and
but,
the
but that
police-
wasn't even the skate park.
The
I think
police
that
would
was
come there and monitor it, and it's like, yo, let these kids hang out, let them do something.
Yeah.
So riding quads, I remember getting chased by the Rangers, the police.
It's like, who
It's like,
cares?
dude,
Yeah.
you're gonna end up killing me because I'm being chased, and as much fun as I'm fucking having running away from your bitch ass. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dude, we
it's
have
the
this place
stress.
called the Pit up the mountain. You might know of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, we just go there and drink.
Well, they had quads there. We would ride all sorts of shit. And the cops, it was private property. And the owner of the property, his son was like a big quad dude. He's like, yeah, you can come whenever you want, ride. Dude, the cops would still come and bust our balls there. And we're like, dude, it's private property.
But that's
his dad owns this place. Like, you can't give a shit. And they would give you shit. Be like, you gotta stop. Like,
well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Cops, like, that's why you got to know your rights, like, with shit like that. You could be like, yeah, no, you can't do a single thing. This is private property. You can fuck yourself and go. And they could give you as much shit as they want, but they can't stop you. It's private fucking property.
So the funny thing about...
But being a young kid, you don't fucking realize that.
Yeah, the funny thing about growing up in that town and realizing about the police system is, yeah, I get it. They're trying to do their job, but they're all homegrown, raised playing cops and robbers.
Right.
Now, I grew up in a family of all cops. My dad being a cop.
one of my best friends is a cop, yeah.
Yeah, the best thing is I remember as a cop's son, it was funny to admit that I probably fucked up everything in my neighborhood. Me and my friends would go out, set shit on fire, remove street signs, blow shit up, fuck everything up.
Yep.
And
we definitely did all that shit.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
100%. And we never got caught.
Because there's
Garbage canning, dude.
So the best
garbage
Garbage
canning.
so big.
I go up to Kane's house one day to go hang out with his little brother. I get there. There's a cop car in the driveway. I'm like, well, okay.
You turn around and go home.
So the cop looks at me. He goes, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm Tanner." He goes, "Oh, you're Tanner." And I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm 12." And I'm like, "This is not good. I'm smart enough to know what the fuck is going on."
Yeah.
He goes, "I have some questions for you." I was like, "Hold those questions. I'm not saying anything until my father arrives because you're illegally questioning a minor." And he goes, "Oh, you think you know the law?" I was like, "Just enough to know that you're not allowed to talk to me anymore." And he goes,
Dude, that is so good.
"Dude, this guy's like, you think you're above the law?" And I just said nothing. He's like, "You have to talk to me." And I just said nothing. I called my dad.
No, you don't.
Dude,
That's
he
so
tried to
good.
grab my phone. I was like, "Don't touch my phone, officer, or you're in violation." I remember the code.
Was your dad a cop in West Milford?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he's from a real town. And he comes up there and he's like, "My fucking son, like, always causing trouble." I can see it on his head. And he lights up a cigarette, and the officer is like, "Can you put that cigarette out?" So he continued to smoke the cigarette. And
Dude, your dad already sounds like the coolest fucking dude ever. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. What do you want from my kid,
Yeah.
you fuck?
and the best part, then you should. All right, the guy's like, "Well, there's this school bus on LaRue Road, and
It's
Somebody's-
it's on fire.
somebody spray painted your son's name on it. My fucking name is on a school bus." Now I know my
Oh, you're Tanner. Because one of your jerk off friends. That's awesome, dude. Keep going.
so I know exactly who fucking did it, and
You can,
In my
this is a
head-
very incriminating podcast. You can
oh.
say their name if you want.
all right, Mike, you piece of shit, and Dylan, you fucking assholes. I knew it was them, and I'm in my head. I'm like, those motherfuckers got me back. Like, I don't remember what I did to
But
them,
really,
but they
I
got me
deserved
back.
it. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I totally deserve this. But a bus broke down, and it was broken down for 30 minutes, and
And they already sprayed painted.
dude, that's what it took to be in our neighborhood. Like 30 minutes. I remember one day I was like, "Guys, we built this 24-inch mortar, a bomb, like a fucking bomb." And out of like, I don't even know. It was like fireworks and like shit like that. So I wasn't there the night. I had a football game. The night they fucking set it off, a horse got spooked, jumped over the fence, and broke its femur bone. And dude, they all messaged me. They're like, "Bro, our thing, whenever we created concoction of mass destruction, fucking killed a horse." I'm like, now what? Now you
guys blew a fucking horse
I'm on
up?
the phone. I'm like, "You guys shot a fucking horse?" I was like, "What the fuck? Wasn't I there? What the fuck?" And then they're like, "No, dude, it spooked it. The cops had to come and shoot it with a shotgun."
Dude, that is a really fucking great story.
Now the worst part is this was like a weekly occurrence. So it's like,
Guys just killing horses once a week.
and like they're like, "Is it
Keep
cool?"
the story going. I'm getting another drink.
So I'm getting questioned by this cop. My dad's like, "Well, this child of mine was doing yard work all day.
Why would
didn't-
he write his own
Yeah.
name on the
and then
bus?
and the cop's like, "So you didn't do it?" And I look at the officer. I'm like, "You really think I'm gonna spray paint my own name on a fucking bus?" And
Like, come on, bozo.
he looks at me. He goes, "Oh, so you're too smart for this?" I was like, Not trying to say I'm too smart for this, but I'm definitely not
that dumb. I got left back in kindergarten, but I'm not that dumb.
And the cop's like, do you know who did it? And I look at him like, nope, no idea. I was like, no one would ever do this to me. All my friends are really great people. In my head, I'm like, those fucking pieces of shit.
Fucking
12-year-old me is like, those fucking cunts. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to fucking murder them. And then the cops leave. They materialize out of the woodwork. They're like, oh, it would have been really funny if we saw you get arrested. I was like, yeah, it would have been real funny if I got raped in jail. Right, guys? Yeah. Fuck you guys. And then we blew some more shit up, and that's the way it happened.
How pissed was your dad?
He looked at me, he goes, you really didn't do this, but it would be really funny if you did. But he was
I confirm my statement from earlier. Dad's definitely awesome.
the best thing about my dad was he was the most terrifying individual out of all my friends group. Like my friends are terrified of him, but he was the nicest dude ever. I remember
respect.
Now that means he's probably a good dad because you feared and respect your father as you should.
Well, we were in high school. This is years later. I'm with a group of fucking idiots. We're all stoners at the time. And we're all in my basement. My dad's telling us his stories and shit about, and he tells us about this girl who loses her way, gets HIV and shit like that, and the worst story imaginable.
She caught the HIV.
Yeah.
She caught the HIV.
Cringeworthy. And then he looks at us while smoking a cigarette, because that was his thing. He was like,
Kind of hot though, but
he's like, you know what the issue with drugs? And we're like, I'm listening, I'm sitting on the table, I'm like, what the fuck? What's the issue with drugs? And he's like, they're just too fucking awesome. And now, for 17-year-old me to be like, this man has been so absolutist to tell us this, I lost my mind. All of us start breaking out, and he goes, they make you feel like God. He's like, if you smoke a crack rock, he's like, you feel fucking incredible. He's like, you sell a bit of your soul, get a little high, you feel great. Whatever. It happens. Suck a few dicks. That's the way the world works. And I'm like, holy shit. That is the greatest drug analysis I've ever heard. People don't do drugs because they make you feel like shit. People would do drugs because they make you feel fucking awesome. And, so what? You suck a few dicks, go to jail.
why do you drink so much?
So what do you suck some dick? Who cares?
Hopefully,
it's just a few. It's
small.
All right, 2 or 3, not that bad. 5 or 6.
When you get close to double digits sucking dick, then you got a problem.
Yeah,
you got a problem.
5 or 6, you're probably from West
Suck
Milford.
a dick for some weed or coke, whatever.
Yeah,
Guy or girl.
No. If you're sucking dick for weed,
You're just dumb.
You're a fucking idiot. You deserve to do heroin.
To get that load in the mouth.
Yeah. But if you're...
I think we're not even drunk enough to take a turn, but we might be taking a turn. This might be the turn, boys. We've been analyzing and recognizing when our podcast starts to take a turn.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
usually because we're too drunk, but now it's just like, well, we're just getting offensive for the sake of getting offensive.
All right, so
I'm okay with it.
You're offended? Don't listen. Fuck off, cunt.
Let's retrace our steps. I've still yet to hear about this lap dance story.
Yeah, we need to take the shot.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
But that was all definitely worth waiting for, though, for sure.
Oh, wait, everyone. Shh. How sexy is that sound?
beautiful.
It does.
Sounds so
The
good.
mic, the SM7B, and you can appreciate it. It
Oh
makes
my
it
God.
sound great.
I was so sad because I was like, damn, I was going to surprise you guys by bringing mine today, but it didn't come.
Don't
But
need
it's
it,
okay.
bro.
But I wanted to surprise you and not tell you that. We were like, because at first, Keith did tell his girlfriend at first, he gave it $200. He's like,
Hammered.
don't tell Kristen about this.
Here's like, $200. Don't tell her.
He's like, go buy a mic. So I bought the second SM7B, and I was like, all right, cool. So we got 2 now. So at least me and Keith are on some SM7Bs.
yeah.
And then I was like, dude, I can finance another one. I'm going to finance another one, and then if you can give me money, great. If not, I'll just keep paying the $50 a month I'm paying for it. And
well, you have to pay me rent for the podcast room, so we'll call that even.
And the
I just cleaned your whole goddamn kitchen, dude, spotless. So your girlfriend, I think your girlfriend's I might be getting higher on the list now. Your girlfriend's like, Fudge,
No.
come over once a week. I'll pay you in food and alcohol. Clean my kitchen,
That would be
please.
great. Dude, we got to.
No wonder why the Roomba's looking at you like, yo,
Rumors
what
fucking.
the fuck are you doing?
Dude, iRobot 2.
They're gonna put me
No
on
Will
eBay.
Smith, Big Fudge. They're gonna put,
And this clear sound is brought to you by Shure SM7B.
don't give that.
I sound.
Please
different.
endorse us.
We paid full.
We're trying to get
fucking price
smeared off
for
to
this shit.
endorse us first.
Smeared off.
Yeah,
When I'm dying, I need to get Bacardi to endorse me. So
we can do Bacardi too. Whatever. Any bankers club could endorse us, and I would drink it.
The root of all your bad mistakes, Bacardi. Yeah.
Well, when I'm dieting, yes.
Well, all right. Let me explain.
When I'm not dieting, then. Well, I'm going.
I've yet to see an
carb-free
interesting
pretty
diet on like those forum pages that were like probably run by vegans. They're like, oh yeah, nuts that cost $8 an ounce and cans of make-believe distilled water that's from Africa. You're like, and then I look at it, I'm like, one, there's like no water in Africa. 2,
0.
I am not fucking eating flax seeds
Yeah.
every meal of the day. I
shitting your
love
brains out.
smoothies, but
Yeah.
I don't carry a blender out of my ass. So
Yeah.
it's like
You know what makes a smoothie better?
beer.
Vodka.
No, I feel like beer would taste absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I don't think that helps.
Do you know what tastes like in pure like shit? Beer in a blender with banana and strawberry.
It would curdle.
If I wasn't a
you
little
know, I'm
buzzed
gonna-
now, I'd probably throw up because
You know what?
2 hours ago I was close.
I'm gonna try that tomorrow, and I'll let you know
Let
how it
us know,
tastes.
man. I have
I will show-
I have
I'll
a
show you-
magic bullet right there if you want to
Oh,
try it.
I'm gonna show you a fucking video. I'm gonna
pop the
send it
balls in
to you of me drinking the beer, banana, strawberry, and peanut butter smoothie.
We'll share it on the page.
Oh,
With beer. Yeah, we definitely will.
100%. I'll
If
fucking
you
do
want,
it.
that could be like, because I usually post like a picture or a video of like the episode that I'm doing, which by the way, make sure I fucking take a picture or something, at least.
You didn't last night. You didn't do anything last night.
I really didn't take a picture of Justin?
No, I told you to, and you were like, definitely, dude.
Dude, I was so out of it, man. It's all my girlfriend's fault keeping me awake.
Here's the thing about Bacardi that people don't know. I have to share this as an alcoholic. That bottle Fudge has is $14. It's, was that the liter?
Weird.
The
Because
handle wasn't on sale. That's why I didn't buy it.
weird because where I bartend, a shot it's like 9.
Exactly. Well, liquor
great.
cost, baby. So the liter's the bigger one. That's the 750. A liter's bigger, right?
A liter is a 750 and a half. A handle is like 2.5 bottles.
So a liter of Bacardi is 19 and change. A handle is 21 and change.
And it's double the amount.
Why not get the handle?
Yeah, and why not suffer alcohol poisoning? Whatever, fuck it.
That's the point of the podcast.
Better night.
I can't wait till that happens. Call the ambulance live on the podcast.
Well, now that we just banged out like 3 episodes, including a morning after pill, I'm hoping not to see you for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Give my liver a goddamn break.
Was it you who texted me? I was like, oh, because we were supposed to do a podcast yesterday, your podcast today. I was like, oh, let's do it on Friday. And you're like, my liver just shook. You're like, was that you?
No, you said that to me.
You guys.
Oh, I said, someone said it to me.
You said, let's do a podcast on Friday. I'm like, fuck you, asshole. 3 podcasts with you.
You
What do you
guys-
think? I'm just going to fucking become an alcoholic again? Like,
You guys are trying to feature someone while you guys are drinking, someone who's on like an hallucinogenic or something.
that would be.
Didn't Joe Rogan do that? Did they all take acid? Tanner won't do it. But maybe we'll have someone on like Tanner.
I can cut.
With the same voice.
if you need me to cut that out, I will. But that's really funny because you're looking at me. You're like, I'll fucking do it. It'll be me. And then we're just all laughing. Keith's like, Tanner won't do it.
It's not a bad idea, though. That would be fucking funny.
Full disclosure, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Hey, well, he didn't someone to take it out.
But no, it'd be really funny because someone might want to step up to the plate.
Didn't Joe Rogan take acid?
Well, he went to the sensory deprivation tank and took acid. And he came back and was like, I saw some epiphanous shit. What do you mean you saw some epiphanous shit? You didn't see shit. You
Yeah.
were just fucked up in a sensory deprivation tank.
Well, it's
Which I hear
like,
is
it's
insane.
like a big pool with a bunch of salt in it because
It's like a
Yeah,
salt,
it's like-
right? So you just float in it.
Yeah, and I want to do it. I've actually wanted to do it for a while. There's one in Waldwick or something near me.
I don't
And-
know if I would enjoy the hell out of that or just have a panic attack.
I think it
Yeah, I
would
don't-
freak me the fuck out.
I feel
too,
like it would
think.
really test your psycho.
unless I had one in my house. Or something, you know, like my
People-
girlfriend ready.
Someone
to,
let me out. Someone let me
My
out.
girlfriend ready to tow me out with a big rope or something.
Well, I mean,
so I don't drown.
if you ever got into an argument with your significant other, be like, I can't hear you. La 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 la. Shh.
But then she could also lock your ass in there.
Yeah, and if you happen to
You're-
take
what was
drugs
that,
and you're freaking the fuck out, and you're like, babe, let me out. And she's like, no, fuck you fucking
What was that
asshole. You
shitty,
call me a bitch.
Horror movie with the
There's a lot.
I know what you
Ooh.
did last summer.
Yeah.
Didn't they lock the one broad in a tanning booth?
I don't remember.
I remember
that might
seeing
have
that and
been
being
fun.
like, I ain't
That-
never going tanning.
That might have been that might have been Final Destination.
That was the nail in the coffin.
But
That
you're
was
right,
it.
though.
Well, I'm definitely never going tanning now.
I don't mind getting stabbed by fucking some crazy dude with a fucking knife. I ain't going in.
Yeah,
you don't wanna get fried,
I've actually been stabbed by a crazy dude with a knife. So.
Okay, how'd that feel? It's not painful.
He's got too
right?
many stories. We're never going to get to the strip club story because I want to know how the fuck you got stabbed.
I want to
right now.
Before you
All
tell
right,
a story,
so-
I want to say it's not painful when you get stabbed. That's my guess.
Or you don't
Yeah, 'cause
maybe
you're
not
in
realize
such
it,
shock.
or you
What about
maybe
you,
or you
Fudge?
maybe don't
What
realize
do
it at
you
first.
think? I would say you're in
Fudge,
such
what is
shock.
your
My take on getting stabbed.
Like, do you think it hurts right away? I'd say it doesn't.
I
That's my
honestly
guess.
think and
we
let-
have someone who got stabbed, so we're gonna figure this out.
I like that. This is great. I didn't know the turns come back, but now we're getting into more legitimate stuff.
Oh, we're at like an hour. Yeah, the turn's about to happen. Keep it going.
Like the
No,
movie
I
Wrong
would
Turn?
think if you obviously did not see it coming, that you probably it would be like it wouldn't be like super painful at first. You'd almost be in shock, like I really got stabbed, and then obviously the pain would start setting in. That would be my guess.
Eventually, like 3 or 4 hours later, maybe next day.
That is definitely a good assumption. With this individual, I was always prepared for
Did you stab this
anything.
fucker back?
No.
You got stabbed, dude. You ain't doing anything after you get stabbed. You're going, I hope I live.
Ah.
I don't know,
And
man.
this is where the story kicks in.
Yeah, no.
So,
if I get stabbed, I'm really hoping I do something back.
I'm
to the
gonna
motherfucker,
leave
personally.
this person unnamed only due to the fact that they have suffered so much hardship from the law system and everything else from their own.
I would hope so.
They're crazy as fuck, and they deserve a lot of the shit that they.
We don't expect you to say their name, but the
Yeah.
fact that you're saying this is
So I'm only doing this for the disclosure that everybody asked me this story, and it's a long story, which I'm going to shorten up for you guys. So I was standing outside of McDonald's in.
Now, are you friends with this person? Or
Yeah,
you just knew him?
We're still friends, and the funny thing
You're
is,
still friends now.
the worst part is 2 years
Jesus.
prior to that, even worse things happened between us. We were friends for a long time, but so I'm standing outside of West Milford McDonald's.
The one that got robbed. They duct taped the manager.
What?
Yeah, dude.
You
The
never heard
manager
about
was a
that.
huge cunt too. He
What
was
else is
always a
new?
dick to everybody, like the customers. And yeah, they got robbed at gunpoint.
Was it the
Good.
big bitch Jen?
No, it was the old dude.
Ken.
Yeah, and they duct taped. him
I
to a
used to.
chair.
I worked there for like 3 years when I was a teenager. So
You
I
smelled
probably
like grease all day. Oh, here comes Dan. How do you know he's coming? You can smell the fucking McMuffin oil from
I
here.
smell the fucking chicken nuggets. Yeah, that's all I did was eat chicken nuggets. But I mean, that's still crazy, But fucking yeah, see,
So-
they duct taped him to the chair, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And that guy was a lunatic to begin with, man. He was fucking. He was like just crazy. He would like be cutting open boxes like towards himself with his hand in the way and
Yeah,
shit.
but
Like,
are
dude, you just
you
slice your fucking main artery right
Maybe
open,
once.
bro.
Are you
Relax.
surprised?
1-800 margarita, dude.
It doesn't take a good sane person to do that job.
no.
So I'm standing there with a group of my friends, and this fucking guy, this fucking idiot, he takes out this knife, and he's like, "Look at my new knife, switchblade, illegal." Raising the stakes,
Nice.
He's high on something. What else is new? And like our relationship at the time is pretty rocky. And he's joking around. He's like, hey, guy next to me, to my left, for people that aren't here and watching me do it. I'm pretending to stab you, and I'm across the circle diagonally in case you can't see me. And he goes, All of a sudden, fucking breaks my rib with the fucking knife.
What?
So he
the
really
rib. All right,
stabbed
so I'm all right. Sorry for all those people that are going to judge me for my improper use of terminology, but the ribs at the lowest point of my right side of the body, the ones
right where the brisket is.
yeah,
Coming from a chef.
sweet gravy.
I love brisket.
Yeah, brisket's great. The ribs that are meant for expanding for your lungs and everything like that,
Yeah.
they're not supposed to withhold any type of damage like that. And ironically, he hit dead center on that rib, and it cracked and fractured most of that rib.
Do you think?
So
like,
how
clearly it's supposed to be an accident, right?
Okay,
Like,
so-
he's joking around, but he's fucked up, and he doesn't
knowing
realize.
Me and him being friends since kindergarten, I know him.
He just wanted
And
to
yes,
feel what it
I
was
know
like.
you know that I know. You know I'm talking about you motherfucker. You're a fucking psychopath. And it's okay. Because I guess I am too for hanging out with you for so long. We brought the worst out in each other. the fucking worst. But
that's what the good friends are for.
So when it happened, I'm like, and the best part is, my favorite part of the story is that I wasn't wearing any of my actual clothes that day. I was wearing my friend's
least you
clothes.
didn't get clothes
and the
ruined.
best part, I was wearing 2 red shirts. I was blooded the fuck out. And the best part,
How long was the knife?
so it was long enough to hit and go into my rib, and then when he pulled out, there was blood on the blade. So I'm like, so when it happened, it felt like everything vibrated through my body, like ricocheted the whole frequency of the knife hitting
He
my
probably
bone.
hit like some nerves.
Yeah.
Got fucking the nerves. Like, what the fuck? We just got stabbed.
Well,
Like,
it wasn't like pain. It was like this weird ice hot. I don't know how to explain this feeling.
Yeah.
That ricocheted throughout my entire body, and I lifted up my shirt and no shit, there is blood spewing everywhere, like water falling down my entire body. And I look at him like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's like, now this is the first time I've ever seen fear on this fucking kid's face. Now that says a lot because he's fucking crazy.
Because he thought he was badass, but he was actually going to get in trouble. And now he's like, oh no, oh shit, oh no.
And he was fucking scared because, you know, being me, like who I was to him, like I was a significant figure in his life. And that says a lot because he didn't give a fuck about anybody.
Yeah.
Not even his own family. This is true, motherfucker. I know you're listening. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I see fear. Now he's seeing a part of me that he knows exists. I'm getting angry.
Yeah.
And I run to the McDonald's with all people I work with. Like I've gone to school with, high school with. Not work with, because I don't work with.
It's like we're in Camden, New Jersey.
So, yeah. And I run in, and of course,
West Milford, ladies and gentlemen.
shirt up and everything. I'm like, where are the napkins? And I know damn well where the fucking napkins are. And the best part, like my mom being a nurse, like I know she got a point of like 4 of us, her 4 sons being like getting hurt all the time. She's like, all right, this is how you patch yourselves up. So
Figure it out yourself, asshole. I gotta go to work.
She basically trained us to be field medics.
Yeah.
And so I get the napkins, and dude, I take my right hand and I blood all over the couch. There's
course,
blood
I'm sure.
everywhere all over this place.
I
grab the
Someone's
napkins.
eating a McNugget. Like,
Someone's dipping their McNugget
You're
in
bothering
Tanner's
me.
blood.
You're bothering
and
me.
It's like that sriracha sauce.
It's that Mulan sauce.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, and I'm applying pressure, and then this fucking kid I was with, Chris, he's like, I got some electrical tape, and McDonald's comes out, they're like, we have a first aid kit. I was like, really? I was really shocked. I was like, I'm
At a
impressed. I was like, West Milford McDonald's has a fucking first aid kit. They give me some gauze. I electrical tape gauze around my body.
That's the only tape they can find.
And the tape that doesn't stick to fucking
by the way, I
Anything.
have to follow the story up with a strip club.
Oh yeah, 100%. I need
Like,
to hear
how am I going to beat this story?
That old man better fuck some stripper in the ass.
Oh,
or
yeah.
your
And
story's
My
not
story's fucked.
Yeah.
I don't even want to tell it anymore.
So I get in my car, Chevy Cobalt to be exact.
You didn't call the ambulance?
Classic West Milford.
You
call.
got back
Hold
into your
on.
car?
So the best part, everyone's like, all right, everybody ran. This kid threw
That also sounds about right.
like my friends came up to me like, yo, are you okay? I was like, I guess. Now he came up to me. He's like, he's trying to put on the whole like, I'm so sorry, like shit. And I see through. I'm like, bro, I fucking see through your shit. You're lucky I don't fucking hate you right now. Like, I'm so mad at you right now. He's like, he's like, fuck, I could go to jail for real this time.
Yeah.
And for that town wanted to put him away for life. So. And I get in my car, I drive home. Now, West Milford
Drives home after you got
80
stabbed.
square fucking miles. So from the center of town to my house,
Or
like
you were
10
living
miles
down the
away.
mountain at this point?
Yes. So I
Okay.
lived in Newfoundland. I had to go all the way to the end of Union Valley.
Why
So
didn't you go to a
8
hospital,
miles.
dude?
Because
You didn't realize how bad it was, I guess?
I tried to play it off, dude. My parents were scary, dude. So I was rather, like, I'd rather die. Like, so
I'm surprised no at the McDonald's. Like,
No, they did. The ambulance arrived 3 minutes after I left. They're like, yeah, he left. They're like, what the fuck? And then, they're
well,
like,
you didn't
that's not
have to
supposed
pay.
to happen. They're
You
like,
didn't have to pay for the ambulance, though. That's
they were
cool.
like, he's already been stabbed. We told him to stay.
That's why they were
who
mad.
Who was
That's why
going
they
to tell
were
him
mad.
not to fucking stay? He got stabbed and was like, I'm driving home. Who was going to be like, no, don't drive home? Who would fucking rightfully say that to anybody?
Yeah.
So,
I feel like I would if I
Yeah.
was like bartending. Be like, nah, dude, you got stabbed. You need to sit the fuck down.
yeah. So I'm driving, and the worst part is all this depressing music came on, like the prayer by Kid Cudi. Have you ever fucking heard that song?
What is it?
The Prayer by Kid Cudi.
No.
It's
Kid,
as
I
if
think Kid Cudi's he's a rap artist, and I think a lot of his stuff is about a lot. I think he suffers from heavy depression and shit.
Yeah.
So he raps about it a lot.
Yeah, and
he's pretty good though.
He's really open, and I loved him. And at the point, he was very influential in my life.
You're
and the
bleeding
worst
out
part,
in your car.
Yes, I'm bleeding.
Depressing rap music comes
worst,
on.
The worst fucking part
You're
is I am
scared your dad's gonna kill you, even though you're stabbed already.
I'm literally bleeding
I'm
out.
gonna stab you again, smoking a cigarette.
So the best part is I'm smoking a cigarette, judging all of my life's mistakes while listening to this very
One of them
depressing
being
song
getting
about
stabbed.
dying, driving 10 miles to my house.
Did you ever
So-
feel like, dude, I might fucking die? Like,
Okay, so it didn't set in until I got home. I get home, I pull in. Now,
your parents?
There must have been blood all over like your car, right?
my clothes were so saturated with blood that I had
Dude,
to
how'd
throw
you
them
not
out.
die?
Okay, I'm getting to that point.
We won't let him
He
talk.
said it's a long story, but
I'm trying to get out of the car. Now, you guys have drank a lot to the point where, like, your fine motor skills where you're trying to open up a car.
Right, well, losing that much blood
It's
is-
not working. I feel just like that times 10. I'm
Sure, rang the doorbell,
Yeah.
man.
And now I was like playing football with my friends prior to going to McDonald's. So I bring my duffel bag over my shoulder. I'm trying to walk to my house. It's like 10 feet. I'm like swaying.
Oh, dude, that's a lot of
Everything's
blood, man.
starting to get foggy.
I can't believe you
Now,
drove home, dude.
The worst fucking part to get in my house, there's a keypad. And it's buttons super small. You have to press in a synchronized code every time. And then click
What
the
was the
button
code?
and unlock
Just
it.
so I know. What was the
Now
code?
the worst fucking part as I open my door, my
222.
mom is right here, sitting in the kitchen, white tile floors. That plays a significant factor. And she's a nurse. She's like, she looks at me, she goes, "You look horrible." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't feel too well." And she's like,
You didn't even tell her you were stabbed?
gets that. And then she's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "Oh, take so and so. You'll feel better in the morning."
Your mom still doesn't know you're stabbed.
Yeah, and then blood.
I love this.
Blood hits the floor.
Then your mom knows you're stabbed.
Then she's like, "What the fuck is that?" I was like, "I don't know. What's going on? Why don't
really
clean-"
didn't want to tell
I
your
was
parents.
like, "Why don't you clean the kitchen?" And she's like, "What?" And then drip. As I'm saying, I was like, "Oh fuck, I've been compromised in my head." And then I hit the fucking floor.
Oh, really? So you
And-
finally passed out.
and
You
then-
just made it home, man.
Yeah,
You're
and
lucky, dude.
now
You could have
I'm-
fucking gotten into a bad car
Dude,
accident.
and now I'm in the
But
bathroom.
if you lived, it would have been awesome story for this. I mean, I'm glad you did it.
This
But if
story's
you
not
did-
awesome at all.
Yeah,
But
I crashed
think
my.
about how much cooler this would have been if he crashed that car and
And
passing
killed-
out after getting stabbed and, he
killed, like,
still
9
lived to this
people.
day. Yeah.
He'd probably be dead.
and he'd
So
no, and he would
the
take
funny
other
thing
lives.
is, I
That'd be
killed
hilarious.
like 14 people on the way to summer camp. It was crazy. No, that'd be horrible.
That's a story for the next episode.
But yeah, that actually happened. But whatever. So I'm in the bathroom, and the crazy thing, I was really
Oh, no,
impressed.
no. You passed out. You dropped
Yeah.
the
So
floor.
I woke up like in the bathroom, like all foggy, and
Whoa. Hold on. I thought you didn't pass out in front of your mom on the floor?
no, I did.
Yeah, and she
then
put
I
him into the bathroom.
In the bathroom. Now she's freaking the fuck out.
All right, you're-
because
okay,
she's,
all right.
She's looking at me. And
I
she
thought your
goes-
mom wasn't involved yet. I was still confused. That's
Now
why.
the best part is she's looking at me and she knows how serious this is because we're in relation to where the initial like mark is. She's like, he could have internal bleeding. And that's why he passed out because I have the fucking bitchiest scar. It's such a bitch scar. It's not as cool as the story.
Oh, okay.
And
I was gonna ask about.
yeah, I know. And she's like, fuck. And my mom doesn't get shaken up. Like as crazy as she is, like she does not get shaken up. She's fucking tough as fuck.
Well, she's a nurse.
And she's probably the scariest person.
no
I've
one
ever
gives
met in my
nurses
life.
enough credit.
She's like she's like what's her name from Game of Thrones?
Cersei.
Cersei. She's Cersei, but worse. And
I don't know, man.
no.
that bitch is crazy. Cersei,
that's
a
how
crazy
I know.
bitch.
And my dad comes out of his room. Now my dad just had his second fucking spinal surgery in 3 weeks' time. The 3 weeks prior to that, they removed every piece of tissue in between all the discs in his spine.
Oh my god!
And they put 2 steel rods through all the discs in his spine. It collapsed 2 days prior to that. He had surgery. He walks
Did he
up to
sue
me.
the shit out of them?
No, he walks up to me, smoking a cigarette. It was so and so, and he knew exactly who it was. And I was like, "Yep." And then he goes, "Fucking piece of shit." And I'm sitting there. I'm like, "Yep." And I'm sitting. And then 3 minutes later, all of a sudden, like ALS, the police show up. Dude, this dude was on. He was on top of the mountain. He was by UGL. He got to my house in 6 minutes, driving Clinton Road. I was 13 miles away. He got to my house in 6 minutes.
Clinton Road's...
That's what impressed me about the West Milford police force, because they fucking got there when it mattered, and the ALS showed up. Now, the best part, this guy goes up, he's like, what?
It wasn't the same guy who was like, oh, you're Tanner, huh?
The best fucking part is it was.
Oh my God! Yes. Are you fucking kidding me? You just made the best story of the
looped it
podcast
around.
ever.
He looped it.
I cannot believe that just happened. I was like, that'd be a bet. That'd be so amazing. But we can't wish for everything. We can't get everything we want. And you say it's the same guy.
So the best part is he's looking at me and he goes, so what happened? I was like, I got stabbed.
Out spray painting.
And then he goes, no shit. He goes, by who? I tell him what happened. He goes, does it hurt? I look at him like, no shit, it hurts. My dad goes, shut up. And I was like, I'm sorry, even though you're an idiot. And then he looks at me and goes, so tell me the truth. Did you spray paint that bus? And I'm like,
shut up.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm looking at him like, is this the question you've been waiting to ask me for fucking 6 years? And now I'm dying in my bathtub,
bleeding on your shoes, asshole.
And he looks at me, he's like, I need some closure. I was like, well
that's when you get
I'll
the
have
truth.
you fucking know I didn't spray paint that bus. And he goes, now I believe you. And I'm like, oh, now you fucking believe me.
Well, you're not gonna lie when you're about to die,
Yeah.
right?
And then I'm getting wheeled out by the fucking EMTs or whatever. LS.
All right, so from the time you got stabbed until the time you're in the bathroom talking about spray painting a bus, how many hours
I
have
want to
passed?
say about an hour.
At
I've
least
lost
an hour,
a
right?
lot of fucking blood. And
I hope you ain't an apple or something.
I'm getting wheeled out, and I throw my phone to my little brother, who's so much tougher than I'll ever fucking be. He's like, don't die. I'm like, all right, man, thanks. And
I'll work on that, thanks.
And now I just got new neighbors across the street. There's police up and down my street, and everyone's gathered. It looks like a
of
fucking
course.
festival. And I look at the EMT, I'm like, yo, put the blanket over my head so they think I died.
You really said that to them?
And he looked at me, he goes, I can't do that.
He looks at you in the eyes like, I want to, man. That'd be great.
Yeah,
but
I was
can't.
like, this would be the funniest fucking thing ever, because then they'll think I'm dead and they'll see me every day and they'll freak out. and they're like, you're fucked up. And I was like, I know, it's great.
Bitch, I've just been stabbed. I might die. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
The best part, the whole fucking way through the ambulance ride, I'm like, they're telling me dirty jokes, and I look at the dude. I'm like, it's not that bad. He goes, you're right. I just totally bullshitting me. Meanwhile, I get to the hospital. Now I'm getting to the fucking hospital. Chilton turns me
So you
away.
think this is about an hour in a hospital?
Chilton
Now it's about
turns
2
you
hours.
away?
Chilton turned me away, sends me to Valley. Then I have to go back to Chilton. I never even went to Valley. So
Why
about
does
2.5
Chilton turn you away?
I don't know. About 2.5 hours.
You sound like you
Almost
should have had a
3 hours.
big ass lawsuit.
So
on your
yeah,
hands.
so about 3 hours pass by, and now I go to Chilton. I'm getting wheeled in.
Which one's Chilton? Where's Chilton? Is
Off
that
23?
23.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Chilton.
Yeah, Chilton sucks.
I'm getting wheeled in, and I'm in like the ER room, like the worst room, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know what color it was.
My baby's gonna die room.
Yeah, pretty much. And I look to the left, and there's this kid in room fucking 3, and I look at him as I'm passing by, and he looks at me and he's like, looking at me, give me this fucking smug look, and I'm like, what the fuck? What did I do? And I thought about that the whole time I was in there. Pissed me off. So I go in.
You never found out what that look was for?
Oh, just wait. And I fucking go in. People show up. Takes them fucking forever to do shit. Like, they're like, you could have internal bleeding. Another 2 hours go by. I'm fucking sitting there like, well, kind of wish I was dead. Because these reruns of Wild and Out are
you gotta
fucking
be like
awful.
in pain.
Yeah.
No, I'm in a
These reruns of Wild and Out are awful.
They're fucking awful, and I am in a lot of fucking pain because the shock is worn off so long ago.
Yeah.
And they come in now. They're like, "Yeah, this is fucking Jeffrey or whatever the fuck his name is. He's a new nurse. He's interning or whatever. He's gonna put in your IV.
You're about to die. You're like, give me a fucking intern.
The worst fucking part is on my medical chart. It says I'm needle phobic. I'm terrified of needles. I've gotten better of it. So this guy walks in. The doctor walks in, puts a fucking armband around me, and like
Well, he
ties
knew
me
you were
down.
from West Milford. He's like, they're used to this.
No.
armband stuff.
Like the fucking crazy house securing armband. And I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? And this raises my paranoia that they're going to hurt me.
Yeah.
And I'm like freaking out. And this dude, you could see the scar. Hold on. You see the scar of where he missed on my arm. He missed my vein to the right.
This is like a fucking most insane story I've ever heard.
I'm looking at him.
I almost don't believe it's real. I'm like, are you going to say it's a joke at the end?
No.
Like,
And I'm looking at him. And
I'm
I'm so angry because now I'm in pain. I'm fucking scared that I'm going to die. I feel like people are wronging me. And now fucking Jeffrey over here is fucking trying to kill me. And I'm looking at him like, bro, it's your first day? Are you fucking serious? I was like, Mom, come put this IV in so I don't die because this piece of shit's going to kill me. Now I'm freaking out. This doctor's like, you should be happy that you're still alive. I was like, yeah, give it some fucking time, man. Because if I'm in your care, I'm going to die.
Faggot, I'm dying.
Yeah. So he finally gets it in my vein. After I told him that my left vein is way more prominent and easier to get in. Because, I'm not a doctor. And they're like, all right, come on. They put the contrast in my bloodstream. I go in for my CAT scan, MRI, the whole deal. Now, I don't know if you've ever had contrast through your bloodstream before.
I don't think I have. Is it some kind of awesome drug?
It's not a drug. It's like something that helps with the
blood replacement type
It helps
thing?
with like imaging, so seeing through your body clearer.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
Dude, this guy's like, all right, you might shit your pants or piss yourself, but it's okay. It happens all the time. Neither of which happened, sadly, because one made the story way funnier. But
you ruined the whole fucking story.
I don't want to hear that now.
So it goes into my bloodstream, and I feel it trickle down my arm toward my hand, and then it hits all 5 points of my fingers, and then all throughout my body, and I go, whoa. And the guy goes, yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome, right? But in like my headphones, like he knew what I was right. And I'm like, oh, and I'm touching my face. Now, as someone who did like a bunch of things when I was younger, like I'm touching my face.
Does
and
it
like,
fuck you up a little bit?
oh my God, dude, your skin is way softer than you think it is. Dude, like, and like I'm touching my face.
Like
he goes,
that time I chugged cough medicine, I was like,
yeah, but except without the wah. And he's like, stop touching your face. I was like, I can't. He's like, all right, I'll let you touch whatever you want to touch for 30 seconds. And
pull your dick out. You don't mind this, do you, Doc? Huh?
I'm literally
I'm not going to finish in 30 seconds,
I'm
though.
literally touching everything in my body. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I sit there, do the whole thing, come back. And then they're like, all right, like, there's no internal bleeding.
I would think they would stitch you up first.
Well, this is the worst part. When I was in my bathroom, I forgot. They're like, all right, we need to close this wound. It's bleeding like a lot. And I'm like, no shit. I got stabbed. And all right, we got stitches or this glue that they just like passed. Like it's new. Me being afraid of needles, I'm like, give me the glue.
No one's even smelt it to get high yet, so they don't even know what it's like.
I'm like, give me the glue. It was the worst fucking mistake I've ever made in my entire life. Because not only did this glue burn so much, it burned on open bone, open tissue, and open a flesh wound. I was screaming in pain, and I looked at the EMT, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill your family.
He's like, you should have taken the stitches, you dumb
He looked
cunt.
at me. He was like, I should have told you. I was like, you're a Jets fan. You should have fucking told me. I'm a Jets fan. We bonded over this, you piece of shit. So they told me, all right, you're good. There's no internal bleeding, but your rib is fucked up. Take it easy. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
I'm gonna go drink a beer and fucking skateboard.
So the doctor comes in. I'm like, Doc, it's really not that bad. Let me go home. He looks at me and goes, if it was this much further, higher or lower, he's like, you would have died within 2 minutes. He's like, because it would have went right through your liver and right through your lung. He's like, you would have watched the air go right through your body and bubble out through your blood. I was like, that's fucking awesome. And he goes, you're really not scared about this? I was like, no, because I'm alive. And we're okay with that. So I'm getting wheeled out.
Shit like this. Everybody's got a story like that. Maybe not as extreme as yours, but like where like you should have died and you're like, yeah, I did. And I was 8 and my parents are happy. I'm alive.
It seems that I have more stories about this than most people. Most people look at me and they're like, you're a fucking freak. And I'm like, yeah.
Well, when you
This
grew
might
up
be the
West
best story I
Oakland.
ever heard in my fucking life. The cop coming back around asking about the bus again. That was.
This isn't even my favorite. This isn't even
like
the
a
best
fucking-
story. So I'm getting wheeled out. And now this nurse is wheeling me out. My brother and my mom are ahead of me.
Can we just pause for a second, take a shot? I feel like this story is so interesting and great that
we're in an hour sobered up.
We're in an hour and a half in. We've only taken 2 shots,
Bullshit.
gentlemen. Let's just take 2 in a row. Let's just do that.
What? What happened to you, Mister? I'm hungover. I might puke.
People are getting stabbed on our podcast, and you're talking about I've left
All right,
hungover Dan behind or hungover Fudge behind.
I'm not
and
saying
now-
no. I'm just saying.
Cheers to not getting stabbed again.
Yeah, try not to do that. If
No.
you get stabbed,
But if you
just
do-
outside.
But if you do, it'll
Can you
make
do it
the
on our
most interesting-
podcast live so we can record it and get the goods?
Sure.
I'd appreciate it.
there's a knife in that second drawer if you want.
I wasn't kidding about 2.
Well, I need another club soda first.
So I'm being wheeled out by Jeffrey, that piece of shit. I actually don't remember his name, but I want to call him Jeffrey because that's just such a fucking idiot's name. And I'm being wheeled out.
Hi, Jeff.
So
We
now-
have a friend, Jeff, that was on
Yeah,
the
now
podcast 2
room
weeks ago.
3 is on my right. And I say, Jeff, stop the wheelchair. My mom and my brother are way ahead of me because they don't give a fuck about me. I look over and I look at this fucking kid in room 3 who looks pretty fucking miserable. And I look at him, stare him right in the fucking eyes.
Thanks, dude.
And I flip his bitch ass off.
The kid who gave you the look.
Yep. And then I go, fuck you. And I get wheeled out. Now,
Okay, so he didn't even...
yeah. So fast forward to a couple months. I'm at a party with like DePaul, West Melbourne kids. And now this kid is telling this fucking awesome story with a bunch of girls around, like really hot girls. And now I'm really impressed because this story
of
You might get
sluts.
some. You got some poon out of
No,
this.
the best part is, so this is like a couple months later, so it's about summer in between junior and senior year of high school. He's telling the story about the kid who got stabbed in West Milford. Way cooler than my story. He's like, yo, he had a beef with the Bloods, man. He survived. They were shooting at him and shit like that. It was a really great story. And I'm
Some
sitting there,
cocksucker
Yeah.
beefed your story up
Yo,
and trying to
and-
get fucking his dick
but
sucked,
he didn't,
dude.
he's saying he was the friend. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, this is a great fucking story. This is awesome.
I'm not the only one.
No, I'm sitting there, and he's telling
No,
my story.
I was
No,
gonna
I
say,
understand that. I understand
And
that, but
I'm like, he kills it. And this girl was like, oh my God, that's so amazing. You're like a hero. He
My
totally
pussy's
played the
so
hero.
wet.
Yeah. So he ends up getting laid because of it. And I actually
you fucked up. You should be like, it was me.
No. I didn't care. I was like, because I'm a wingman. I confronted him in person. I was like, hey man, like, I just want to let you know I was the person who got stabbed. And he goes, no. I was like, no, for real. Like, that was me. And he's like, what? Like, he's like,
Didn't even know it was you?
yeah,
What a cocksucker, dude.
He's from another town. I don't give him. He got laid, dude. Good for him. And
You're a better man than me. Like, I'm willing to help a guy get his dick wet, dude. Like, I'm all about that. Like, I feel like that's real fucked up if you get in the middle of that.
oh, but it was
Like-
no, because the storytelling was.
He was a good
great.
storyteller.
It was great. Dude.
He's probably
He was
directing movies now.
Yeah, he was super. He was Tommy
Get his
Wiseau.
dick sucked every day. He'll be announced next on fucking whatever that show.
Dude, it was incredible. And
CNN.
then I told him, like,
Not
hey man,
CNN.
like that was me. And he's like,
I'm trying to
dude,
think of the fucking what's the show? It's not fucking not TMZ, but it's like a more official one. It's like
60 Minutes.
No, not 60.
How to Catch a Predator.
No,
Catfish.
we've already. Did you listen to Tim's episode? Is that why you're referring to Catch a Predator?
No, I just.
Did you put that in?
Well, no, I took out the stuff that he requested. I took out, but still left
okay.
the whole point of me joking around about being like, we should turn to Catch a Predator.
That would
Which
be
we're not going to
fucking
do that.
hilarious.
But that's the our last episode. Our last
at
episode.
least 2 more mics.
Our last
We
episode.
need a new fucking thing.
Our last
What's
episode
What's
out
this
of
thing
no-
called? Because I always
Interface.
An interface.
I always
It's
talk
really
about,
good. I'm not. It's really good.
Well, the thing is,
It hasn't failed me yet. I don't know if it's the interface's fault or maybe the mic. I have 2 other mics on me. They're MXL mics, I think.
Oh,
the brand
yeah, I have
MXL.
one of those.
You know, you get like a little like the pencil condenser and then
well,
the
you have
vocal mic.
it's a small diaphragm condenser. I have the large diaphragm condenser MXL. It's okay. It gives me a very.
It's the 990 and the 991.
It gives me a really biased vocal take. It's kind of annoying that I have to retrace my steps through editing to remove it, but it's what it is.
That's my exact
Yeah.
problem with using those mics when with this podcast, and that's why. And I've gotten much better at editing.
Well, your room is your worst enemy.
well, have you seen his house before?
Oh no, the high arching ceilings.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
I live in the. I don't. You never been to my place, but I live in like one of the 1-bedroom loft condos in Vernon, the fucking Vernon condos, right in off of Mountain Creek.
Yeah,
So,
oh my
Say you
God.
own it. Dude. He
So,
owns
and
it.
I have
It makes
a-
you sound better.
I do own it. That's true. Well, my mom does. Love you, mom. So, and I have
Name's on there, no?
no, my parents. What the point is that like once I save up some money and my credit got better, I'm buying it from them. But it is mine. I pay my parents a mortgage instead of paying a bank a mortgage.
Right.
That's
Anyway.
all. Not a big deal. Anyways, and I have laminate floors.
We'll
and I have
edit
the
that
high
out.
ceilings.
You just say you own it. It sounds better.
Yeah.
All right, hold on, ready?
Anyways,
I own it.
I'm at this party and I'm really fucked up. And this
How long
kid,
did it take you to recover? Like to walk and shit? Like,
Well,
it
the
was
best,
like- it
the
was
best
like right
fucking
here, right?
part is it happened on a
Let's take that second
Saturday
shot.
night.
Let's take that second shot while you're.
It happened November 12th, 2011. I was a junior, and so I go to the hospital, and the next day, I hang out with my friends Kevin and
Goodbye
Matt.
to that whiskey.
Sorry, we
Yeah, I
got more
killed that
liquor.
whole
Don't worry about
whiskey.
it. That's the point of this.
All right, anyways, so I'm hanging out
Cheers.
and hanging out with them the whole day, and I finally catch up on some sleep. I fell asleep, and they took a picture of me. 'Cause I don't know. That's what people do. And so meanwhile, we fast forward to this kid telling the story. This story is so good. I was like, damn, I really wish this happened to me because this story is
You should have went
way
with it,
cooler.
dude. Like, that's exactly what happened.
I didn't want to because this, like, the way these girls were looking at him, I was like, this is his time.
Dude,
This
yeah,
is his
yeah,
time.
all right.
Like I needed him to let that happen. Like how I am on stage. Like that's my time. As opposed to
How'd
this
you
is
not
time.
though? Just show up and be like, yeah,
No.
it was me. Boom, suck my dick.
I was laughing.
Let's both fuck these
I was
sluts.
I was laughing, but like at first,
You probably could have fucked those girls with him.
that wasn't what I wanted.
That should be the only thing you want when you get
Well-
stabbed, Tanner, to be like, hey, slut, I've been stabbed. Fuck me. That's like the reason you survive a
So-
stabbing, to get fucked for it, dude.
Well, no.
Am I right?
My
The
buddy
point-
had cancer.
Oh,
and he doesn't
God.
get laid. And I'm like, dude, pull the cancer card. What's wrong with you?
Listen, I'm about to die in 2 months.
Dude, I'm like, why won't you pull the cancer card? He's like, well, I don't know. Like, whatever. Have fun.
It's like he's
not
got.
get
It's
laid.
like he's got self-respect and he's a decent human being. What a fucking dick.
embarrassing.
Well, so
All right, so you watch this guy get laid off your story.
Yeah, and I told him about it. I'm like, he's like, dude, I'm so sorry. I was like, listen, keep telling that story. Keep doing you. Because that was the best story I've ever heard in my life.
Even better than the story you just told.
And
He beefed it up a lot. Like he added
oh
some
yeah,
shit.
dude! It was like it felt like a Liam Neeson film. It was fucking awesome.
Taken.
So they took
11.
So they took
Oh,
his
yeah.
mother, even though she had nothing to do with the
And, like,
stabbing. Like,
dude, I actually started talking to him, and it's funny because we've talked about it since, and we've lost contact over the years. But like, I thought it was hilarious how this kid took nothing that he really knew and made an amazing
built it the
story.
fuck up.
So not only is he a fucking pathological
it's
liar,
M Night Shyamalan.
but a good storyteller.
but a great storyteller.
It's
And-
M Night Shyamalan. Everybody.
Oh, wait,
and-
shh. Everyone, shh. Oh, God, that's sexy.
So yeah,
clips the mic
that
every
happened
time.
to me my junior in high school, and that was really funny.
Dude, I can't even tell my story now.
No, you have to.
I can't. Like some old 94-year-old dude getting a lap dance over fucking this
Well,
dude almost
I mean-
died.
You tell stories pretty well, Keith. It'll still be good. It's just not Tanner getting fucking stabbed in the rib good. That's all. Let's take another shot.
I can tell you.
my God,
I
dude.
can tell you about the story.
We haven't drank much at all, dude. Tanner's just been whipping out.
I've been slamming vodka.
yeah, I killed my whole. What
What are you
I've
talking
been slamming vodka in a cup.
I killed my whole mixed drink,
And that
Like,
was a
or-
big
like,
drink, dude. No
If
ice.
Tanner didn't get fucking stabbed, I would be calling this episode I'm slamming vodka in a cup. But it's definitely
So-
getting called Tanner Gets
All right,
Stabbed.
so how about this? How about
Tanner
this?
Gets Stabbed.
So how about this?
As long as you're okay with that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's official.
Why
See,
don't I tell you
hear that,
about the
listeners?
time?
He's happy to tell stories.
And he's going to share this on Facebook.
And he's not going
Oh,
to
yeah.
complain about
I
it
have
because
no
he knows what the
shame.
fucking episode. He knows what the podcast is about.
I have no shame in the stories I tell. I will tell you about the first time I ever did shrooms with my little brother and my best friend. And it
Oh, wait,
was-
wait. No. Hold your shroom story. Let Keith. Keith's been trying to tell this. 'Cause we're an hour and 40 in. Keith tried to tell
We're
us
an hour
like
40 already. Holy shit!
yeah, because the stab
Shroom story
great.
in 40 minutes.
You tried to tell the stripper story in like
it's
30 minutes.
Not that good though. Now, like
Well, it would be a good filler. Go for it, dude. No.
All right.
This is a story that the people need to hear.
the people want it. All 5 of them.
Me as Donald Trump needs to hear this story.
3 of the 5 people that listen to this episode or podcast are in this room right now. So, for the other 2 people out there, here's the story.
Eric,
Eric doesn't listen.
You
I don't even think
alcoholic.
Eric listened to his episode.
I really don't think he did.
I don't even know if Eric actually knew he was on the podcast.
He had no idea.
And I know that
I was
because
on a podcast, man?
Eric got me Eric got me really drunk at my own show.
No, Eric.
Well, the worst part is it was a headliner show, and the highlight gets there at Stanhope. I get there a little earlier, and I talk to Erin, the bartender. I'm like, Erin, what's up? She's like, oh, you guys have like a $200 tab. Yeah, I didn't tell the highlight that. They asked me like, where are you getting all these drinks? I was like, oh yeah, we have a tab. I'm fucking trashed. Like
Stanhope House does band tabs?
Yeah, I know. So this is 3 bands.
Let's just make a band real quick and go there.
So this is 2.
And then not be a band after and not pay the
They
tab.
tried
and
to cut
leave.
me off last time I was there.
This was
Really?
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
that-
you told me that.
this was 2 bands before we went on. I'm already hammered.
Natural.
And
Well, you play
so
bass.
the
It doesn't
band,
matter.
the band goes up there. Yeah, and our shit was really complicated. This is the worst part.
And just so you know, before I keep telling this joke, I'm not offending you. We played in our band. We played a show without me playing bass because I'd work, and Fudge was like, it's just bass. It doesn't matter. You played a whole show without
we
it.
really
definitely
played a
matters
show
in the
without you?
mix.
I
No,
don't remember
it definitely
that.
does matter.
But like I can understand, like it's different. Be like, yeah, our lead singer's not here, so it's like, or our drummer's not here. Fuck it.
They
Like,
played an entire show without bass.
so yeah, I'm like,
Bass is really important.
yeah, I don't know.
Well,
think-
dude, we were like 17.
Yeah, like I guess it didn't.
Yes.
I really can't believe we played without you.
Yeah. Well, Joe Lugo was supposed to fill in for me.
oh my god,
Yeah, and
isn't he? Joe Lugo is the.
He was basically like my little brother growing up. Like me and him were like best friends.
Are
He
we
lived-
thinking about the Joe Lugo who turned his life around and started doing MMA and got really good at it?
Yeah.
yeah.
West Memphis?
Well, I used to train with him.
That motherfucker! What an awesome dude!
Joe's a man with his big nose and all.
So Joe Lugo was my younger brother Will's age, and then they were like friendly and stuff, whatever. But like they never really connected as friends per se. But
He
when I moved in there, I want to say Joe might have moved in a little bit after me, but me and Joe became really good friends. Me and Joe Lugo were like literally like fucking best friends until eventually we both got older and he started doing his thing. And like every time I see him, or I saw him at a wedding a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
it was like we never, you know what I mean? We're like best friends. We just barely talk, you know what I mean?
Me and
He's
Joe,
like my little brother.
Me and Joe used to do MMA together. My mom owned a taekwondo school at the time. So me and Joe on our off days where we both wanted to
We should get Joe Lugo on this
We
show,
should.
dude.
Text him right now, dude, before you forget.
I think
Seriously.
I still have his number. I'll text him right now.
I have his number too. So we both trained at different MMA schools back when I wasn't fat. And on our off days, we would go to my mom's taekwondo school, and she wasn't there. We would just like get drunk and beat the shit out of each other. it was like me, him, Kyle DeVore would show up every once in a
Holy
while.
shit, Kyle DeVore!
Yeah, we would just
Oh
beat,
my
dude, we
God.
would beat the shit out of each other.
The best thing about Kyle DeVore was that we had the Scavenger Hunt 3 made by Adam Reeve in West Milford, where we filmed 150 of the craziest things. My team beat his fucking team.
Really?
Team Texas. Dude, he came up to Kinnelon for the review, like the whole preview of the movie. And he's like, everything's bigger in Texas. Like yelling. And
Did he pull his balls out that
No,
point?
dude, the worst part was my little brother looks up, he goes, except Kyle's dick. And the girl got so mad. And they lost to us by 10 points. They were pissed.
Oh, of course.
They had the...
I can find- he's super competitive.
Their footage was the funniest fucking footage I've ever watched. It was like go 60 with someone on the roof of your car. They went 120 with the cameraman also filming from the roof of the fucking Mustang. I was like, well... We're not gonna win. Definitely not.
Dude,
And then I got maced. It was horrible. So it was fucking terrible.
you got maced? What'd you get? You guys got in a fight afterwards?
No, but anyways, hold on.
No, we're from West Milford, man. We mace ourselves for fun.
Anyways,
It's happened,
wait,
dude.
we just
You're like, shit, no, man. I've been maced too. Okay.
when you all right.
I've
so
never been maced, actually. I'm sure it's terrible.
It's not fun.
I got some cayenne pepper, dude.
so
I'll put it in your eye
this-
if you want. That's
so-
basically what it is.
We're at. This,
I guess we can do it for the podcast one day if we need to.
Right
I'll
now.
take
right
the-
now.
Oh, seriously, I'll get maced for the podcast. I'll do it.
This guy's a
I've
fucking
already know
Dude,
what
Tanner-
it felt like, and it.
Tanner's
I
gonna be like
can
the
do it.
Tom Segura of like the Joe Rogan podcast to like the fucking the
Tom
Shots for Likes
Segura.
podcast because he's gonna have to just come back like every other.
Yeah, we
fucking-
have enough time for all your stories.
Tom Segura is one of my favorite fucking comedians.
I like his
He's
newer
no Jim
stand up.
Jeffries,
Dude, the
though.
newest stand up he had was I was like,
Jim
wow,
Jeffries
like,
is,
you're really
and I can't
testing-
believe that you don't think this Jim Jeffries has gotten way too political. It's getting
Oh,
out of,
no.
it's getting out
We were
of
talking
fucking
about this
hand,
while you
dude.
were taking a shit.
Once he straightened his teeth, I was like, you a bitch.
Dude,
You
his
Americanized
first
bitch.
episode where he talks about banging those two broads, like at the
They're
end of
doing coke all night, and the one
Dude,
was like
that-
fat and ugly, and
That
but he's
episode is so fucking funny, dude. So I was digging a hole in the outfield, like it's so good.
Yeah, no, I
Anyway,
you know what's funny? It's funny because like I think about my comedian like top three, it like changes pretty
Bill
frequently.
Burr and Jim Jeffries,
but it's
to me,
almost always Bill Burr
Bill
up there
Burr.
for me, and like
Bill
Dave
Burr's
Chappelle.
newest special kind of sucked. Not gonna lie.
It wasn't as good as his old shit. I mean, people, they're
He's
getting old.
so
You know what I
angry,
mean,
dude? It's so.
I listen to Bill Burr's podcast though. He does a Monday and a Thursday. I listen to it very frequently. Like I'm always up on it, and it's really good. Like his wife comes in, he starts bitching at her, and she makes fun of him back. Like it's
You can have the TV and the
it's really good because like you could tell that's why he married her because like she totally understands him and she's like the same exact way. It's just so great, dude. Like they have such a good thing going because it's just him. He very rarely has guests, but it's just him like just fucking being Bill Burr and like he doesn't edit anything. He's
Dude,
like,
he's
oh,
a lunatic,
What
man.
am
I
I
love it.
He is
fucking?
out of his fucking mind.
When I think I talked about it on yesterday's podcast. I think, or it's Justin's episode, which is a week before.
You
this
don't remember
one.
anything from that episode.
I don't. But Bill Burr did like a little play-by-play kind of for the Saints Vikings game, and I was like cooking myself breakfast
I don't
one
know if
morning
you-
listening.
I don't know if you told that on the podcast. You definitely told that.
I remember
Yeah.
talking about it, but I don't know if I was on the podcast. But basically, you remember the Saints Vikings game? What happened with the Saints kicked the field goal? They had 40 seconds left. The Saints were going to win. Everything's going great. Going to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Then the Saints, Marcus, whoever misses the tackle because Stephon Diggs catches this unbelievable pass, stays in
was
bounds.
horrible.
You know what I mean? All that fuck. I know it's crazy. My girl,
Have
my
you
girl,
seen
I
the
remember
memes though?
and my
watching
girlfriend's a
that,
huge
I was
Saints
like,
fan too, dude.
This
She was
is the
so
worst thing
fucking
that's ever
pissed.
happened.
Dude, have you seen the memes though?
Do you know-
that came
all
out
right,
of
The
that?
Saints
So-
would have been I think the Vikings got cleared out last
No,
night.
the
man.
most bullshit that I've ever seen was that since I was young enough to like cognitively remember football,
yeah.
Well, you're a
I've
Jets
been
fan,
waiting.
So
Oh, fuck Jets, they suck. Fuck you, Jets, piece of shits.
yeah, trust me, I got tattooed.
so-
I can't get away
Waiting,
from this.
waiting
Pour
to
yourself
see
a shot. Let's take a shot there.
I'm all out of the whiskey. I killed the
that
whole
whiskey?
whiskey.
You want Bacardi?
Yeah, I guess.
How easy that? Look how easy that was.
Watching that
I
game.
have cold vodka. If that
It
helps.
was the closest that I'd
Nope,
ever seen.
Doesn't even care. My man.
It was the closest.
Tanner knows how to drink.
that
That's
I'd
one of the
ever-
reasons I invited him on.
which is an issue at my shows, guys.
It's not. Maybe for
No,
your
you're right. I
bandmates,
become
but-
the best person on that stage when I drink. We'll go to that story after the whole lap dance story. Jesus Christ.
Is that cork?
You stuffed the whiskey cork in my Bacardi bottle.
So
Oh,
hey, shout for you. I wanted to
Tanner, that is really funny. that
I
you just
wanted
did
to
that.
see I wanted to see a Breeze Brady matchup. There
Would've been
are,
dope.
dude. Breeze.
they would have
and-
had
that
a
would've
chance
been
to beat the
fucking
Patriots.
As a Jets fan, to admit that Brady is the greatest quarterback ever, it hurts, but it's so true.
See, I'm such a
Dude,
troll. I never will.
No, you need.
Do you
to
think
understand.
Brady would done of what he did without Belichick?
Well, that's,
Or what he's
that's the
done
thing.
and continues
They
to
have-
do without Belichick?
They have
This episode's coming out a week
need ice?
after the.
They've complemented each other so well.
I'm good. I got everything I need.
When you look at it, like Belichick left the Jets to go to the Patriots. Brady, 5th or 6th round draft pick. I don't remember exactly,
I
but
want to say he was. Yeah, he was late.
like watch that man run a 40 during his combine. Fucking horrific. But
It
when
was
you-
very late. Yeah, it was very late. Keith just mentioned he thinks it was seventh
and then
round.
to have
I just said thoinks.
to have Bledsoe go down, an all-star quarterback who led the league in touchdowns and yards that year.
Bledsoe was good.
All of a sudden go down, and then
People
Brady to
forget
fucking
Bledsoe was
kill
on the
it, and then the
Cowboys.
next year go 11
I don't.
and 3.
I was about
and,
to say that.
dude, the next year he goes 11 and 3, wins a fucking Super Bowl. There's no quarterback that's ever done that, ever. And it sucks as a Jets fan to
Hold on, 11-3. There was only 14.
no,
games
no,
or
no,
15.
no. I'm thinking like the next year when Bledsoe still started. Because Bledsoe got hurt the first year. Brady didn't
Poor
win.
Bledsoe.
No, he didn't win the year he came in.
No,
right?
Brady didn't win a year the first when. So Bledsoe got hurt and then Brady went 11-3. Bledsoe started the next year. They took him out. Brady played, won a Super Bowl, to my knowledge. But
The funny thing about Bledsoe too is, so he gets kicked out of fucking New England because of Tom Brady, right?
100%.
Which makes sense.
Doesn't he go to the Cowboys
Yeah,
and gets
goes
injured
to
there, too?
Dallas, gets injured, and all of a sudden Tony Romo, the backup. We were watching it with Matt Palladino. I was watching the game. We were at my house.
Fucking Palladino.
It was
Oh my God. Biggie.
I love how you.
Oh my god!
I keep forgetting you're from West Milford.
Yeah,
you
so everything we say, you're like, oh, I know that person just as much as
so
you.
I have a funny story. So Biggie used to come to Kane's house every time. It was like the 4th of July party,
Are you
annual party.
Are you're calling Matt Palladino Biggie?
Yeah.
Okay, well there's another Biggie. There's Mike
Biggie
and Matt
Smalls.
Bassett. No, there's
wait,
Mike and Matt Bassett, and Matt Bassett is called Biggie.
Oh wait, I have the name completely switched up. So never mind. Yeah, I'm thinking of a Bassett.
Matt Bassett.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Biggie.
There's Mike Bassett, who I worked
Biggie.
with, and is good friends with Ken, who was on episode 4.
We should get Palladino on here. Just talk shit about the fucking everything besides Cowboys.
But anyway, all right. So
I think we would get angry at each other.
You think
Me and Palladino at certain points in like our young, like elder teenage years and stuff. Yeah, I definitely want to take a shot.
What are we doing?
Me and Palladino became good friends on and off sometimes, but sometimes he's just such a dickhead, man.
Yeah, that's what I love about him.
But like you're friends with him, and he's like, and he kind of treats you like a fuck, like you're a piece of shit. So
probably the reason why I know his name is because I know his sister Haley.
That makes sense. Well, the funny thing about Palladino, so I graduated a year before these guys, before Fudge. So most of my friends were in his grade. So my senior year, they were all gone. So I'm like, fuck. So me and Matt Palladino were like best friends that year. It was fucking amazing. And he was the biggest dick. It was great. I remember
Palladino was
went
definitely...
to my girlfriend at the time. He's like, hey, so I read an article that if you have sex, you lose about 5 pounds. So what do you want to do? She like looks at me and like looks at him. I was like, that's funny, babe. I don't know what to tell you.
if it's the ex-girlfriend I'm thinking about, you probably barely liked her anyway, so you're probably like, yeah, he can.
So yeah, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback to throw in the MetLife area.
Oh, stop saying that.
Yeah, that's
you ever
We're
If it wasn't for
editing that out of the
if it
podcast.
wasn't for
No,
if it wasn't for Belichick,
Dude,
he would not.
Tom
be,
Brady watches more film than anybody in the NFL.
not Peyton Manning.
and he sucks more dick than anybody in the
he
NFL too.
I don't
Dude,
know.
Tom Brady,
Brady also bangs
watches.
dudes. We're not Facebook friends.
He has a model as a wife. Have you seen that woman?
She doesn't.
Have
he
you
doesn't
ever heard
bang
of
her,
being
though.
in the closet?
He does not bang her though. He bangs all his linebackers, and that's about it.
No fucking way.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Champions don't bang their
Click in
linebackers.
hashtag Tom Brady bangs dudes.
Champions don't bang their linebackers would be a really good name for this episode as well. If you fucking didn't get stabbed.
Well,
Thank God you got stabbed.
Thanks for getting stabbed, Tanner.
Dude,
I have-
You selfish prick.
the red button, dude. I clicked.
wait. You need to tell your lap dance story. I need to tell my shroom
fuck
story.
Yeah, all right.
These are stories that
everybody,
we
you're
love to
right.
tell.
Everybody fucking stop. Dude, we're already at 2
Everyone
hours.
calm the fuck down.
I'm not stopping because
Lap dance,
it's going
lap
too well.
dance,
But
lap
all right,
dance.
tell the old guy and
So-
really tell it. Don't
I got you.
tell it really.
So
good.
at this point, this dude
tell
was
it. No,
90.
tell it. Stop.
No wheelchair
Start over.
brakes.
Tell it.
He could walk at this point. He had
Wait. He can walk? What the fuck?
well, he had like a walker.
Well, the whole story's ruined now.
So
He had a walker.
yeah, so it was like not a cane, but it had like wheels on the front. It was like it was basically a chair, but the front legs had wheels, and the back had. Don't wake the dog up. There, what are you doing?
Just making sure he's alive.
So he.
I got that thing. Like you
was
see
dog
something
Hasn't been
sleeping.
taking shots, man.
You see
Like,
something
he's alive.
sleeping for a while. You're like,
You're
you're alive. All right, good. You're alive.
Where is the dog?
He's
right
right
behind
behind
you, man.
Did you do that to the dog, Tanner?
No, he got under.
Dude, how does a dog? I've never seen a dog get underneath
That's
the
why I
blanket.
asked
he was-
if you did that.
Bro, you literally said when he got.
The way he looked at you, he was like, "What up?"
Is he growling again?
Oh,
See, dude, he's getting cranky. We have a trainer coming tomorrow because
I'm waiting for him to growl at Uncle Fudge, man. I'm waiting for him to growl at Uncle Fudge, man.
Walker.
Oh,
Quit being a
don't
cunt.
worry.
Dude, he
was
loves
raised-
everybody.
Dude got stabbed.
No, seriously, your dog loves everybody. Why? The past 2 days, he's been such a fucking
No,
dick.
dude, look at him. Look at him.
He has dementia, dude. He's growling, but he's enjoying it. Like
Did one of you guys finally land on him in the middle of a drop kick Murphy's fucking mosh pit? Or
But dude, literally an hour ago when he got under that blanket, you're like, "How's the dog getting under that blanket?" You said it on this podcast.
no, I very much remember. Nobody
you
ever
just
answered me.
You just before were like,
Look at him.
How did he get under there?
Yeah, I know.
the blanket on?
Well, nobody answered me last time.
He's about to have a fucking orgasm right now.
But he's growling.
Tanner's making the dog come.
He's retarded.
Bye-bye.
That's all he is. All right, so
He goes back to bed. He's all right. No, he's back out.
he is like a bird. You put a blanket over him, and he's like, "All right, I'm going to bed."
Come here, Walker.
All right, tell me this wheelchair story.
All right, so
That might stay in.
the old guy going to a strip club. So they've been going there for months. They just start going there, and I was bartending at the time. I was in cooking, and they go, "Hey, Keith," and this guy like can't tell. He's like 90. He's like, "Hey, Keith, when we going up the hill?"
If
I'm
you
like,
remember from previously, up the hill means go to the strip club.
So for a while, I was like, "Sorry, I have a." My excuse was like, "Oh, I have a girlfriend." Not that she would have given a fuck. It's like I can't. She got mad, right?
You don't like strip clubs anyway, though, right?
Yeah, I'm not a strip club guy. It's a waste of money.
I've actually never been to a strip club.
Really?
We'll go right after his podcast. Don't worry about it. There's one 15 minutes from here. The one I'm talking about.
Sean, oh my God, we didn't even mention Sean trying to get. I
bring it
forgot
up.
about that.
Let
Keep
me
going.
finish my fucking story. It's been 2 hours,
Yeah, I know.
all right? So I'm like, all right, blah, blah, blah. And finally, me and this broad break up. So, and I'm such a bad liar. So they're like, "Oh, come on, when are we going up the hill?" And they would ask me every week. And the same thing, all right, I have a girlfriend. And I finally did. And I was like, I was in a panic. I'm like I'm such a bad liar. I don't know, Thursday? That's
You
what came out.
gave him a fucking day.
Yeah, I gave him a day,
my
dude.
God.
Gave him a day. And they're like, "That's perfect. I'll pick you up at 12.
That's when my fucking social security check comes in. Awesome.
Think about this, though. Think about what I just said. That's perfect. I'll pick you up at 12.
12 in the afternoon or 12 in the
In
morning?
the afternoon. Who goes to a strip club
Dude, that's
at
like
12 in the afternoon?
That's like the fucking
All right,
D club.
all right, so
Oh,
all right,
God.
listen, dude, listen. You say that, but we start getting drunk sometimes in the morning, so it's like the same goddamn thing.
I understand that. But only a 90-year-old dude would go to a strip club.
But
and
exactly, exactly. Like when you're if I'm a 90-year-old guy, like say if I'm like married, she dies, I'm still kicking.
Because I'm going to forget this story. All right, so his wife died. And he used to have a picture of his wife in his wallet. The second she died, well, not the second. The second they started going to the strip club, he got rid of her picture and he took a picture with the stripper. And that's now in his wallet. And he shows everyone at the bar.
What a fucking boss.
He's like, "Look at this fucking stripper I hung out with." That's in his wallet, dude. He shows everyone.
Dude. Okay, so
All right, so I'm like a Thursday. I'm like, "Oh fuck!" I said yes. So they text me because they have my number. I fucked up on that too, I guess. So they're like, "Hey, we still on for 12?" I was like, "Yeah."
you don't want to bail out and be a dick. So.
You can't bail out, right? This dude's old. He just wants to go to a strip club. In my head, I'm like, "This is gonna be awful. I hate strip clubs. I'm going with two like old dudes. Like, what am I doing?"
What strip club you go to?
The Daily Planet.
Oh,
It's not even a
God.
strip club. Dude, he's losing his damn mind, I'm telling you. So,
It's because I got stabbed.
he's trying to comfort you. So,
dude, your dog's been all over Tanner since he woke up, and
Yeah,
then he was going away, and the dog's like, "Don't you fucking come back here and pet me, motherfucker!"
I'll Snapchat this shit.
Oh, 100%.
So I'm like, all right, fuck, 12 o'clock. So they pick me up. And I get in a car, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like,
Who was it besides you and the old guy?
his son.
Oh no!
So two old dudes and me.
So you really just went with random people? It was like too old.
Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, this is going to be awful. But I fucked up because now that I did it, I'm like, I'm so happy I went. So just the experiences. I tell all the people at work, like, it's a joke. We always make fun of me for like going up there with them. I'm like, in all serious, guys, like, go. Because it's funny. It's such a crazy experience. So we get to the strip club. It's so early. There's not even a stripper there.
Yeah, I'm not interrupting. We will get right back into it. I've been to the Daily Planet once with a buddy of mine.
You went there? Okay.
I won't mention his name because he's married, and he
you,
does not
Kevin.
want his wife to know. But the thing is that, like, and I was single at the time too, and he's like, "Let's go to Daily Planet. Let's go to Daily Planet." I'm like, I don't want to go there, man. Like, and I'm like,
Why
and I'm a
not?
fan. Like,
Everyone should
What
go at
was
one
it
point.
that
Yeah.
I've never been to a
I'm
strip
a-
club.
Yeah,
so I don't know
we're
what to
gonna go
expect.
after.
when Jeff and I were single, when Jeff and I were single, we have to get right back to you. But when Jeff and I
You
were
just said you weren't going to name him.
no,
No, okay.
This isn't
Jeff
the person
is
I
an
went.
imaginary name. Jeff so and so last name. Social security number.
No, I know what I'm saying. The person I went to the Daily Planet with is not Jeff. Jeff and I, when we were single, and all of Jeff's family has moved and stuff. And a lot of mine has too. So around the holidays, for whatever reason, there was nothing specific like, oh, we're lonely. I think it was just like, yeah, dude. So we would go around Thanksgiving. We would go to a strip club. We would go to a nice place, the Harem, up off like 17.
Right.
But it's like a nice higher end place. We go
High-end strip club, yeah.
No, it's
Wait.
No, I understand. I'm still making fun of it.
Well,
We're getting-
you're talking about the Daily Planet. Yes, the harem is the harem is
Yes,
definitely.
I understand.
But so I do
You know
like
what's
going to
funny?
strip clubs.
Real quick, we're talking about strip clubs. I guarantee Kristen's going to walk in soon.
Well, I need to hear this lap dance story to the
Yes.
fullest because
Yes. Well,
I
I'm
just
just
want to tell
finishing-
you guys about Amsterdam and the red light district now
Oh,
because
God.
of this.
No, you're definitely getting to that. You're definitely getting to that. And
Oh,
it-
100%.
I know what. Yeah, I know it gets harder when we start taking like more shots.
I know
It gets harder
it's
to that.
fucking
It just-
great.
All I'm trying to say is that, like I said, I will leave it unnamed because he is married.
We
and
get
I
it.
don't-
Yeah, go on.
So, but we went to the Daily Planet. Luckily, because he kept asking me, we're hanging out, like smoking a cigar, having some beers, and he was like, "Let's go." And I was like, dude, I was like, your wife likes me. If she catches us,
I don't know why,
I
but
might
she
not.
does.
Yeah, I was like, if she catches us, she might not let me hang out with you anymore, man. We eventually go, but by the time we went, all the strippers were gone. Like, they had their date for the night. You know what I mean? And that's the type of place the Daily Planet is.
Yeah, it's a shady
So,
place.
yes, you go to the Daily Planet with two fucking old dudes who
Two
are about
old
to
dudes.
die.
One should be dead. He's not. He's still living. And one's, he's still going. He's only 60 something. But he actually, his grandmother, so the older dude's mom lived till 104, I believe. So this motherfucker ain't never dying, dude.
Is he German? Germans
He's
never
German.
die. I
Yeah.
fucking knew
He's
it,
German,
dude.
dude.
And
And dude,
grandparents are going to be like 280 years old. We're going to be getting drunk at your grandparents when we're
I'm
like
dying
90.
before my grandparents, dude. They're in so much better shape than me.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's insane. They're like, "What? I'm gonna go mow fucking the lawn and cut down a tree and build a fire. Here's some chips."
And you're like, is there alcohol left?
I won't wait till he gets back to tell a story. But yeah, just dude, and
Tanner's grabbing a drink. Intermission.
boom, no more beatboxing. It's banned from the show.
Why? Why would it get banned?
Dude, I love how Tim was like, "I've sounded so bad, dude." Like it's how bad at all. He's so upset about it.
Well, I think Tim was definitely, he was stoked to be on. We were stoked to have him on, and I think he's criticizing like every little bit and piece
Yeah, of course.
his.
So he's being a good fucking guest and sharing and doing all this shit.
exactly. And it's and like Tim, and I'm sure you're gonna hear this because you're actually a fucking dedicated fan, and we very much appreciate it.
Walker,
Your episode was awesome, Tim. Come on our podcast again. You are awesome.
what are you doing, dog?
Walker's so
Dude, he's losing his damn mind.
dude, he was going up to Tanner before when Tanner woke him up and was petting him, and he was like, "Oh, Tanner, pet me, Tanner, I love you." Right? So then Tanner gets,
He's been like my best friend.
yeah. But then when you get up, Walker's like, "Where the fuck are you going, asshole? You better fucking hang out with me." Look at him.
I'm so used to being raised with dogs. It's just so funny.
Walker thinks he runs the house.
Oh yeah.
He does, yeah. He's gonna have a rare.
So I need to hear this lap dance
Okay.
story. You need to.
We
tell
waited
it.
for you. We waited.
Yeah,
for
we
you.
I
waited.
really appreciate that because that piss was
Dope. All right, so they fucking picked me up in this like fucking Jeep,
handicap van.
and like
I was about to say the handicap van.
he's not that old yet. This was like
He's definitely that old. He just happens to not have a handicap van.
well,
He's
he
like
didn't
106,
almost die. Well, no, he's 94 now.
430.
And this was like 10 years ago. Well, this was 6 years ago, I would say. 6 or 7 years ago.
Still not dead?
Dude, the motherfucker, I told the story. Right? The
He'll live
motherfucker will
forever.
never die, dude. So, all right, they picked me up. I'm like, all right, fuck, they didn't cancel shit. We're going up. So imagine sitting in a car or a Jeep.
Were you drinking in that Jeep?
No. I was this. Dude, it was 12 p.m. Not that I won't drink before that. That has nothing to do with it.
Are you fucking kidding me, you asshole? You're talking about not drinking at 12. Like, what?
I'll drink at 9 a.m. I don't give a fuck. But the point is, I like just woke up. So I'm like, I was bartending until like 3 in the morning. So I like just woke up. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to a strip club and get hammered with 2 old dudes. So they pull up. I get in. He drives like 14 miles per hour because he's old. It takes us like a half hour to get to a place that's 10 minutes from here. And we had conversation in the van or the Jeep. Like they're talking like just normal talk. Like, oh, hey, the Yankees won last night. Or
You see the stock market.
yeah, there's normal, old
Shit
people
like that.
talk, right?
My dick still don't work.
So if you've never been to a Daily Planet, Fudge has. So we're on a back road already, and all of a sudden they pull onto a dirt road. I'm like, are they gonna kill me? like what are we doing right now? Like,
Was that the first time you've been to the Daily Planet?
yeah,
Oh, so you didn't know.
dude,
Okay.
that dirt.
The Daily Planet is on literally, it's on a residential dirt road. It's just normal houses on a residential dirt road, and all of a sudden at the end
and
of
there's
it,
not a lot of
it's
houses.
a strip club.
So, dude, it's
And it's
so
not a
bizarre.
strip club. It's like this haggard-ass dive bar.
It's a log.
with this bench in the middle of the area where the...
You're ruining my
people-
story, Fudge.
You describing the venue is ruining my
So, all right.
My apologies, Finn.
So we're on this dirt
That's the first
road.
time I said Finn.
Yeah, we gotta start doing that more. So we're on this dirt road.
Hurry up, Finn. Say something,
And we're
Finn.
driving up this. I'm like, these motherfuckers might murder me in the woods.
You didn't know.
I swear to God, dude. I was thinking, I'm like, I'm gonna have to defend myself against a 90 and an 80-year-old. Like, this is gonna happen.
That's not... I would defend myself against 2 80-year-olds.
World War II vet, man. You never know. 90-year-old. You never know. With
I know.
You're against 170 years.
Any
of
major
expertise.
area where...
expertise, dude. Leveling up.
Any major joint you can kick and they would
That
fucking
is
pass
easily higher than your average.
Bro, have you ever
boar.
seen Indiana Jones: Last Crusade, dude?
Or Lord of the
out. When I was
Rings?
like fucking 2.
Yeah, that dude was old as fuck, and he was still fucking people up. Anyway, so
It
we're
was scripted, but he fucked
doesn't
them up.
matter, Tanner. Okay, this is real life. It could happen.
I don't know, man.
So we're driving up this dirt road.
I think
like,
we've taken the turn.
yeah, but the turn was an hour ago. So we're driving. I'm like, oh
Didn't
my god,
someone
like what are they
get
gonna do?
stabbed?
I'm taking a shot in the middle of a story. I
So
don't even
we
care.
pull up to
That Bacardi tasted like shit after that really good
Dude,
whiskey.
Do you want the strawberry vodka?
No. Somebody fucking iced me at New Year's, and I looked at them and I was like, "Are we even friends, you piece of shit?" He was really happy, Matt. You
There's
fucking
actually
asshole.
one. So we iced people about 6 months ago when my buddy Pat Dan was here. There's one missing that we don't know where it is.
Well, the thing was
So it's still here. So someone
I
could get
walked
iced
down.
at any moment.
I literally walked downstairs, and all of a sudden there's this fucking Smirnoff demonically hanging on my shoulder, and I look and I'm like, "Oh, I just got iced." And I'm looking around. I'm like, "You're a piece of shit." And he goes, "I'm so happy that I just iced you." Like, all right, dude, I get it. I get it. And then I'm like, "Can I just take a shot of literally anything?" And he goes, "No." So I
That's the
drink.
rules,
I
dude.
drink this.
You played a
fucking
game. You played a game.
16 ounces of pure sugar
Oh,
and
you
sodium.
did, big boy.
And I fucking chug it, and I'm like, well, that was a waste of time because I would have easily taken 3 Jameson shots instead.
Yeah.
I love Jameson.
Because, fuck it, let's make some
I have a
bad
good ice
choices.
story too,
Wait,
but
wait,
I'm not
wait.
gonna tell it.
No. Finish your story.
Yeah, I have a very good ice story, but I'm not gonna tell it. All right, so we're driving up the dirt road. We pull into this log cabin. I'm like, yep, here goes my life.
Wait, what?
It's a log cabin, dude, in the middle of the woods. Up a dirt road. We're going after the podcast. We're not. I don't have any singles. It doesn't matter. So
That's too much money.
yeah, so we pull up. I'm like, all right, fucking here we are. So the old man gets out of the car and pulls the other old man out of the car, and he gets on his walker. So he's walking into this fucking
On like a
thing.
dirt road.
Dude, it took like 20 minutes from the car to the fucking strip joint. So we get in there. It's a room with a pool table and a fireplace. And I'm like, oh my god, dude, like I'm in deep here. Like I really got wrapped into
This
something.
is a pretty nice place to get killed. All right.
Dude. So we get to the bar. I'm like, oh, thank God, there's other people. I'm not gonna die. It's a small bar, and like Fudge was saying, it doesn't even have a stage. It has like a little platform in the middle of the
It's
bar.
like a bench. It's like a low bench.
It's like a bench.
So like
it's like a table.
the bartender's trying to bartend, and I guess that's where the whores walk around.
Yes.
Like
So we walk in.
luckily when I went there, all the whores were gone. Thank God.
The first thing the bartender says wasn't, "Can I get your drink?" or "How's it going?" She goes, "Strippers won't be here till 1." I was like, "All right, lady." Like,
I want a drink.
Can I have a beer? So, and the best part about this was they paid for everything, so I didn't pay for shit. Like, I
that's
tipped,
awesome.
but like stripper tips I gave, but like for beers and we were doing Jameson shots, they paid for everything. So we're just drinking, hanging out. We're normal, like you said, stock market and all this dumb bullshit, right? Finally, the one stripper shows up, and the bar just went, yeah! Like everyone was so happy, dude.
How many people were in the bar?
At this point, like 8.
So a
You
crowd
look
of
like you were about to say 40 for some reason.
yeah.
You were like,
so a crowd of 8 people were like, "Oh, stripper!"
Dude, they were so happy, dude.
she blew all 8 of us in the same night. We love her.
And his bag was like fucking 45, right? So you know,
She's
like,
got to shoot something out of her fucking snatch, though, or something.
no,
There's got to be a reason people love her.
they would just want to see a stripper. I think that's the only reason.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
She was
took
the
it-
first one.
All right, so that's the
Smelled
thing.
like
I
fucking
thought it
baby
was like
powder. You know?
smelled like 8 kids you can't afford. All right, I thought it was something specific to the stripper itself, but it was like the first stripper.
And,
So,
you know,
Stripper's not here to watch.
she had a pretty face, like for an older broad. Like she was a pretty lady, but like you know how like you get that old person ass where it like folds in and like
Apple.
just
The apple.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
mom
just-
ass.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
mom
So
ass.
that was going on. I was just like, oh my God, like what am I getting roped into? So she comes over. She comes to me first. I give her $20. I say, listen, lady, no offense. I'm just here with the gentleman. Here's $20. Leave me alone. Take care of these guys. Okay? That's literally what I told her. She's like,
She raped you.
yeah, she might have. So, and I didn't, it sounds worse when I'm saying it that way. But like it wasn't like offensive. I was like, just I'm here for them. She
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
you probably said you were like, yeah, no, I'm hanging out with this guy. He's sick.
yeah, and she's like, that's so good. You're here with your grandparents and your dad, and like,
no, just some 2 old dudes I know.
I was like,
you fuck them.
I didn't even say. I was
Fuck
like,
'em.
I was like, yeah, whatever, lady. Just hang out with him. Okay, so he goes to Carl, who is the younger.
Damn it, Carl.
And she goes to him. Oh, you seem pretty shy, baby. and he goes, I'm not shy. You just got to let me get out of my shell.
Oh my God.
64 years old.
Your dick
My
probably did not work.
AARP doesn't kick in
Witnessing-
until after my show.
Witnessing-
Sorry, lady.
Witnessing that like encounter, your dick probably didn't work for like
No,
2
dude,
weeks,
that's
dude.
so. I can.
You trying to beat off or like bang some chick
I
after that?
consider myself-
You just picture some old guy. Get me out of my shell.
I consider myself a funny person, right? So at that,
You're not very humble. You
Yeah.
you really think
the
who you are.
The modesty is at an all-time low.
Absolutely. At that very moment, I went from, oh my God, why am I here, to, oh my God, this is hysterical.
This is where,
This is great.
He went from, why am I here? Why did I do this? To, I was meant to be.
Yeah, it was fake.
This is my destiny.
So he
This
says
is
that,
why I'm alive.
and this is the best part. It's probably the best part of the story.
Someone died.
So she goes from the young old guy to the old guy, and he's got a single, and he goes to put it in her bra, dude. Oh my God, people cannot see what I'm about to do, but it's fucking hysterical. So he he's like shaking because he's fucking 90. I think he was in his 80s at that point. So he's like going like this with a single to put in her bra, gets it in, and then pulls her titty out like a savage.
What?
Pulls it old and frail, just like pulls it out like a savage.
Shaking
And she doesn't, he's shaking so much, dude. His hand's shaking. She doesn't give a fuck. And he starts to grab her nipple, but he's so old. And he's doing it.
I can't fucking believe it. What the
I
fuck?
swear to God, he's doing
It's
it so
just a bunch
slow.
of old wrinkly skin touching old
imagine-
wrinkly skin.
I've
Dude.
been touching nipples since the 40s.
Dude, he's literally like this.
Turning the dial.
Or like
For you who
arthritis,
can't
like-
see.
Shaking. Just shaking and just grabbing her nipple like it's a fucking toaster oven dial. And it was like 45 seconds he was doing this, dude. It was so fucking funny. I'm sitting there drinking up. It was like a Foster can, a big Foster can for like $3.
It's Australian for
I'm
beer.
like drinking Foster. I'm just like, I'm so happy I'm here right now.
You're by yourself, but at the same time, you're like, all right,
Oh my God,
I'm
dude.
soaking in the stories.
You look back when you're like the dirt road part of you were like, I'm probably gonna get killed. This is the part where you're like, this was worth
Everything.
fucking.
Dude. I tell people, everyone who makes fun of me at work, I tell them all the time, I'm like, dude, you have to go up there with them. So it gets better.
This is all gold, and
Yeah.
it's sounding like
Oh, this is the greatest story ever.
So, so we're up there, and we're doing shots of Jameson. They're paying for everything. I'm like, this is fucking gold. So they're feeding her money. The broad's leaving me alone. Finally, she comes up to me and she's like, hey, I know I'm not here for money. Your rights hit me. Just starts talking to me. So she's telling me how her son just graduated high school. And I'm just like, oh my God, lady.
Top of the class.
Yeah, I was like, lady, don't tell me this. You're making this worse.
Well, you know
Wait,
what it is? That the poor broad knows that she goes to the old dudes. They're gonna try to they're gonna fucking toast her dial or nipples. They want to come up to you and they want to maybe
Get
have
a break. Yeah, get a break from it.
get a break and have a legitimate conversation for a few minutes.
Finn's
so.
over here like, wait, you have a kid?
I'm like, something came out of it. Oh,
Is-
Oh
is-
shit, we
Now-
graduated.
Now here's the
together.
deal. Here's the deal, Tanner, because this is the first time you've met Keith. As much as or Finn, I should say, because according to Tim Cooney, and he's
right, though. We should say Finn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. So Finn, although he talks a lot of shit and he's always funny, he's like, "Oh fuck this and that." He's actually a very good person. So I'm about to guess that you sat there and talked
listened to the entire
and you
thing.
talked to this
I really
whore
did,
for
for like
like
a half
30
hour, dude.
minutes. Like,
So
yeah,
wait,
exactly,
wait.
I knew it.
If you have a kid, what's your credit score? Like, what the
Dude, that's
fuck?
literally
What
what
are
we talked. Like
expecting?
that's what we talked about. Like shit like that. And finally, she goes away. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, so I'm doing more Jamesons. The bartender was
You
actually
hated
hot.
you hated it a second, but what I'm trying to say is
All I
like,
get pictures here going like, yeah, I just filed
No
for
LDs.
bankruptcy.
I was not getting an LD.
Equinix is okay, but you know, it's better on the trans facts. You know,
you're missing-
I'm working on my Equinix score, but
Oh wait a second.
I just started-
redo that for the Snapchat.
I just started Tybo, and it's kind of like, ooh, punch, punch, punch.
right.
And it's making me real good for my
This is
stripper
my
form,
impression
'cause
of an old
Tybo,
stripper
I'm
talking
like,
about her credit
ooh,
score, so-
high knees and shit.
so Keith sat the only played it, and the stripper's talking to her and trying to have a conversation. She's like, "Yeah, so my Equinix is a little low, but my trans fax is getting better." But I'm working on the Equinix. Have you come yet, old man? Like that. I get it, and that's exactly what it probably was.
Okay, so that all happened.
So the old guy comes while she's having a
No,
conversation.
so
with
here's the
Keith.
thing. So we're talking, and she goes away. We're doing more Jamesons, and she's like, the younger old guy was like, "Man, I really want LD." I'm like, what?
I just twists and nimbles, but I need
I almost spit out my drink. I just said because I just remember what LD meant.
I'm like, what the fuck's an LD? He's like, a
Long.
lap dance. But
You didn't know either. All right, now I don't.
Well, I
feel
didn't
bad.
know- yeah, I didn't know back
Remember
in the
earlier
day.
when I asked, and I was like, I should have connected that. I'm an idiot.
No, that
But
was
you didn't-
me.
okay.
I had no idea what
Yeah.
that meant.
No, I did. Well, I
Both
guess
of
we
you.
both
Fuck
didn't
you
know.
both.
I was vocal about it.
Wait. Are we doing a podcast right now?
all right,
Where
Eric
are we?
Siegling.
wait. No one's on hallucinogenics.
Not yet.
That's the next episode.
episode 2.
Even though I totally
Not
don't want to
with
do it
Tanner, even with Tanner.
because I don't want to not
Definitely.
get a job, but like, it would be really a shame for someone to pay a bunch of money to do hallucinogenics and come speak about it publicly.
It's okay.
Oh no!
What money are you talking about?
I feel like people don't need to pay, but to pay for those illegal drugs, who would ever do that?
So, all right. So he goes, I want an LD. I'm like, what the fuck's an LD? And he's like, it's a lap dance. But they're $20. I don't want to spend $20. I'm like, dude, you just bought me like $40 worth of Jameson shots. Like you can have
that's the thing. It's like he wanted you to buy him one, I guess, right?
Fuck no, I was not buying him one. So
Fuck him.
he's like, you know what? I'm getting the LD. Right? So this old dude, he's like, I
I
think
love how he just doesn't say the words, like he's on AIM, like he's texting somebody, like he knows that, like he knows
So
what that is.
He's lived so long that he doesn't have much time to choose what the words he
Oh,
spends.
exactly. He's short in life. So he's like, oh, here's $20. I want an LD. So here's the best part. The lap dance area, normally you go in a back room and there's like whatever. Dude, it's 5 feet from where we're sitting. And it's like a half wall and a window with a tarp. And they go in this one like 4x4 like room with a tarp. So he's in there and I'm drinking a beer like, and I can hear what the fuck is going on, dude. And you can tell this old man's just like, "Grr, grr, grab it, baby." Like all this weird shit, dude. Like, and everyone in the bar can hear it.
I was in the war.
All right, so when I went there, I remember like seeing like the little rooms, like God knows how much.
There's only one. It's right by the window. You could also feed deer out of the window. They have a
Wait, what the fuck?
okay.
Wait.
They have a deer. I'm not making this up. I swear to God. Maybe it's gone by now because you've been there after I was. We're in the middle of the
I
woods.
didn't, like I said, all the strippers were gone. Like I didn't get a lap dance or anything. I literally had like 2 beers with my buddy.
There's a slot. There's 3 of them on the window where you can pay.
Feed deer what you're getting your.
You can pay
dick
for
sucked?
deer feed. Deer food, deer feed.
It's
and you
Space Farm Strip Club, dude.
I swear to God. And you pay like
That's the
$5.
greatest customer service I've ever fucking.
You pay $5 and you get to pour the deer feed down this tube, and then the deer usually show up and eat the deer feed.
Usually,
Like
I
a
love
foot
that term.
away.
Usually,
I didn't-
From where a 90-year-old man is getting an LD. You're feeding deer. He's getting his old dick
I didn't
stroke.
realize there was only one lap dancer.
So wait.
Only one.
So as the day progresses, what happens with the story?
This is it, all of what I'm saying is it. Like it gets creepier. They just keep saying creepy shit.
So he's getting a lap dance. You can hear all the weird shit he's saying. Is
Everything
that-
he says. Dude, it was so bizarre. So I'm like, this is fucking gold. I can't wait to tell everyone. So, all right. So the day's over. We leave. We go back to Crow's. I'm sorry, the restaurant I don't work at. And you could tell they were all horned up. Because normally they only sit in one seat. Right by the bathroom. But they were around talking to
right by the
everybody.
bathroom so they can go.
Dude, they
you
were
know.
talking to
Crow's
every
has a
chicken,
really
like
great
every
ladies.
local woman, like someone's wife, they were talking to because they were all horned up, dude. Better story. About 6 months after that, it's the old man's birthday. He's like fucking 202 or whatever he is, right? He goes, "Yeah, dude, you missed a good time. Like we went up the hill and we got an LD and they had a buffet." And I was like, I start laughing. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what was on the buffet? Because you don't eat at a strip club. There's a lot of things you shouldn't do at a strip club. The biggest one is you don't eat there.
Oh, 100%.
The deer do when you feed them, but you don't eat at the strip club. So I'm like, so you guys had a buffet at the strip club? He's like, yeah, there was potato salad. Like, think of all the things you don't want to eat at a strip
I
club.
love potato salad, and the last thing I'm doing is eating strip club potato salad, dude. I love potato salad,
So
and the
he
last
goes,
thing I'm doing is eating strip club
We
potato
had
salad.
potato salad, kielbasi, and fucking what was the other thing?
Old sausage and mayonnaise, is basically what he ate.
What's the wop slop they call with all the meat and the
Jambalaya?
charcuteries? No, jambalaya.
Antipasto.
Antipasto at a strip club, dude. Kielbasi, antipasto.
You know what? If you
fucking
think about it, if that old
potato salad,
if that
dude.
wasn't at like a rundown, shitty dive strip club, doesn't it all sound really good though?
Yeah,
I love all 3 of those
dude,
things, dude.
I spit up in my mouth. I had to walk away. I'm like, oh, you did not eat antipasto at a strip club, dude. Think about that.
That shit had to be like a week old, man. They were like, "Oh, the stripper fucking came on this or something."
Another good story. It's about the strip club, but it has nothing to do with these old men. So that's the old man story. Everyone clap, yeah.
Yay!
They're still alive. They won't die.
So they're gonna die.
My friends are at the strip club and they go, they're fucking wasted. They're like the loudest people I know. And my one friend bets my other friend because they're about to get kicked out because they're just being very offensive and loud. So my one friend goes, "Do I bet you I'll fucking throw this penny at that stripper's ass and it'll stick?" So he licks a penny and goes, whoof, throws it at the stripper's ass and he goes, and just sticks to her fucking ass. And then the bouncer's like, you gotta go.
I want to say you told me that before, but that's...
I'm sure I have. But that's a great fucking story, man. Anytime, go. If you get an offer to go to a strip club with old dudes, go.
I've never been, but I'm never gonna pass up the opportunity.
You gotta go to the Daily Planet, dude.
So
it's an experience.
No.
So do we have?
I didn't even have strippers there when I went, and I was still like, "What the fuck am I doing here?"
So seeing that we're creeping up on the 225.
Oh man, we're going, huh?
She's flowing. You have a good story. You want
I
to
have
tell,
two
correct?
really good stories to tell.
We could probably finish them all because, like, I can't.
We'll do those stories in Wellington.
Yeah,
that's fine.
So
you want to take a shot before your stories? Can you handle a shot? Because I know
well,
you're gonna. I know.
I mean,
have to do after.
Bacardi kind of tastes like shit. I'm gonna lie.
He has like 2 or 3 other boozes you can. Dude,
I
your
know,
dog is
dude.
your dog is getting rugged.
Dude,
Look
the
at this.
fucking customer service coming
what I
in
do,
here has
baby.
been incredible.
You know what's funny?
Holy shit!
We should get on Yelp, dude.
I have a bar here. When I go on the road, if you listen to Connor Brady's podcast, you'll know about this. I bring everything mobile. So I'm a mobile bar.
He may have because you've been.
You're a great human being. you're a really
You
good
have been
guy.
texting me saying that
alcoholics.
you've been listening that you want to get on. So like, I don't,
Yeah.
you may have heard it.
Dude, when I listened, I was like, this is where I need to be. And like, it wasn't.
I love it.
It wasn't even like, oh my god, I can totally relate because these are dudes that I can relate to. But it was just like kind of like,
The funny part, people don't know, I've never met you.
I know, which is fucking hilarious.
And Fudge, like, you guys know each other, but you're not, like, good
Yeah.
friends, right?
I mean, I met Tanner because our bands, like, Double Overtime and The Highlight became pretty close for, like, a minute, and we played, like, a couple shows together, and, like, you know, we know we used to shout each other out, like, when we were playing and stuff. Like, we became, like, band friends. You know, you do, like...
Right.
You
Oh,
thought-
100%.
Yeah.
When I first played the show, we showed up at the VFW because, you know, VFWs.
that show ruled, though.
Yeah.
That show...
Oh,
fucking
dude, there
ruled.
were so many people. And
You can thank Eric
dude,
Siglin for that.
we're loading in. And
I'm on a
Fudge,
podcast?
And Fudge is just slinging hilarious shit. And
You're a
I'm
funny
like,
man.
and the band looks at me. And they're like, dude, that is you. And I was
a lot skinnier,
and I look,
Yeah, they're much skinnier.
more
no,
talented,
and-
possibly.
No, and I look at them, and
That's a possibility.
And I look at them, and I was like, I am so happy you think I am this fucking funny because the shit Fudge was saying, I was like setting up my bass rig, and Fudge would be like, "Hey, we're not waiting on the fucking war to start," and shit like that, like some crazy shit, and I'm literally in tears setting up my shit, like.
That's why alcohol is a key ingredient.
No,
I wasn't
no,
drunk.
no.
Well, I didn't-
We were sober.
Well, I'm just saying for
No,
now.
I'm setting up my shit, and he's just saying shit from the table, and I am trying to I'm like, if this dude doesn't shut up, I was like, I am not ever gonna set up my shit because everything you were fucking saying had me in tears. I went to the bar later that night, and I was like, I really fucking hope I am half as funny as this motherfucker.
That's why our podcast is
And,
famous.
dude,
We have
like,
millions of
playing,
views.
that was one of my favorite shows ever because one, I had the room to move around.
What band was that? Sirens?
No. This was double overtime's record release.
I started-
We had Eric's band Folded a Queen come back. We had his.
Oh, the
band,
reunion show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I started
we had
the
the
mosh-
highlight play, and then we had losing
Did
streak.
they get forced to sing that "I'm on a Boat" song?
Yes, they
Of
did.
course they did.
I started
That
the-
ruined that band.
Dude, and every single member who had a mic in front of them, they're like, "You asked for this, you fucking asshole! Shut up!" Like, I guess it was so funny because like they were like, "We're not gonna play it," and I knew they were gonna play it because obviously Eric was like, "Yeah, we're gonna play it." I'm like, "You guys are fucking faggots, dude."
Well,
Don't do
it's
it."
funny because I'm better friends with Eric. Like I'm good friends with Eric now, and like back in the day, like I knew him and we said hi.
Yeah,
But like I remember
a couple
him.
of times in the dark ages, maybe.
Yeah, I remember him telling me like, dude, we don't want to play a song, but we have to. Like every time we have to play a song. That literally ruined that band. That's why they broke up. That's my opinion. They're like,
Dude, that shit's got like 9. Like last time I checked, it had like 70,000 views on Facebook. It probably has more now, dude.
When I playing that show,
I got crushed piss.
I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea who Fall to the Queen was.
No way, really?
I had no idea who Eric Siegling was. I had no idea who most people were, but I knew Double Overtime because I knew Dan and I knew Ari.
Yeah.
So going to that show, I loaded it. I'm like, yo, I expect a lot from these guys. Guys, we need to step up. We practice so much. I was like, guys, we need to step up. Remember the day before the show, we practiced probably like 6 hours. And then we get to the show, and you get there, and you introduce us, and you're like, hey, you fucking idiots. Like, load in. Fucking get up, set up. Fucking let's get drunk. And I was like, this guy speaks my fucking language. So I went and played pool and got raped in pool by some no-name guy, which is really embarrassing. I get on stage and I was like, wow, this is great. I had a bunch of people. I had friends within the crowd. I would just start going crazy. I finally had enough room. I almost killed my guitarist 8 times.
Again.
It's okay.
Every show.
But it has to be one of my favorite shows because just I felt so at home and with the samples and everything running and the whole sound system. It was great.
That was good because you guys showed up nice and early and we figured it all out. Ari's always big into making sure the sound's good, and we run the we ran the show. We rented it out and ran it. So
and it was just so funny how things transpired.
You guys pulled it off. You guys definitely pulled it off well when you guys ran your samples playing live and shit.
I mean,
I really enjoyed your EP, dude. You guys, I really liked it a lot.
And
I remember the one song. I forgot what the name of the song was, but I remember I think it was Stanhope where you guys were like, Fudge wants us to play. You guys want to play? I'm like, fuck it. I remember, I think I was.
That was
drinking
fucking "Come Hang." Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed that song.
The best part is the stuff we wrote as a band together after the EP. The whole I don't even remember the EP name, like Where We Stand or some shit. It was incredible. The new shit we wrote that we put out there was unbelievable. Like, it was some of the best music I've ever written in my life. And I remember our fucking headliner show coming back to it, Eric and fucking Joe Stewart. I'm hammered. We had like $150 or $200 tab, and the band asked me like, "Where are you getting all these drinks from?" I was like, "Oh, we have a tab." They're like, "What the fuck?"
there goes our guarantee for the night.
Yeah, there's 4 other guys in the band. Meanwhile, and they're like, "Wait, there's a tab." So they go up to the bar like, "Oh, yo, let's get some drinks." They're like, "Yeah, your other bandmate kind of killed like $170 of your tab." So I'm really drunk, and we get on stage, and I look at Eric Siegling. I already have a drink in my hand. I look at Eric. I'm like, "Eric, get me the strongest drink you can think of." He gets me this fucking
always a mistake
demonic drink that tastes like nothing. I'm drinking it. Now, meanwhile, our first song, I'm playing it. I'm about to throw up in the first 30 seconds.
Nice.
I'm like, that's it.
And you were playing bass in this band?
Yep. And I forgot.
Good thing it doesn't matter, huh?
Nope. The worst part is I forgot all of
We're
my
all
parts.
bass players. So I'm actually a bass player in another band. So
do you play with a pick?
For that band, yes, but most bands I don't.
But you've learned, huh?
Well, the issue is, so when I was playing, I didn't.
Sexy.
I didn't remember any of my
always
parts.
Clips it. You
so
told me I never clipped this mic.
we're playing Dichotomy, the intro, and I'm like, I don't remember anything. I'm so drunk, I don't remember anything I had to play. I'm just guessing on the. I'm just guessing on the key signature. Yeah, and it's so sad because it was my favorite song. We get at the end of the song, I remember everything. Start killing it. We have an hour-long set. Oh my! So it's about 30 minutes in. I look at Joe, and I think
this is a headliner set you had at Stanhope.
Yeah. So I think he has a glass of water. I drink it. It's fucking straight gin.
That happened to Eric.
So you go blind.
Dude, the best part, there's a fucking Instagram story of me leaning off the fucking stage, drinking all of his drink, and not even noticing it was gin until the last second, going, oh my god, gin.
Well, that was gin.
And then
Could have used a lime.
losing my fucking mind, hitting the sample pad, making it explode.
They left you in charge of samples?
Yeah. So at the end of Reckless, we're going.
The drunkest band member
Now-
here, dude. You do the most important part.
Now after
That was their mistake.
Now after already breaking my hand after jumping into the crowd in the mosh pit
6 years
while
after
the
getting
song is
stabbed.
going, I jumped into the crowd again in the mosh pit, going crazy. We're drunk. Jump off, jump back on stage. Hit the sample pad. It fucking flies off, explodes. All this crazy shit. I fall on the ground. Everything ends. And then this dude from PFD comes up and goes, "That was the greatest fucking set I've ever seen in my entire life." And I'm looking at him while on the
You
ground.
guys got an hour at the POD show?
Wait, no.
The liquor has kicked in.
Oh yeah,
you're talking about a headliner show.
No. We had 30 minutes.
headlined.
Yeah, that was the fucking Cover One Eye show. So these bands from Connecticut are looking at us like, oh my god, these guys are the greatest things we've ever seen. We want to be like them. They wanted to book shows with us.
Are you guys all the same
great.
age?
They were great, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, I was actually the youngest. And they came up to
and
me.
the drunkest.
I'm laying on the stage, and they're like, "Dude, you are fucking incredible." And I'm over here like, "Who are you? Like, what's going on?" And people are all over me like, "What the fuck?" When we played the Secondhand Serenade show, the acoustic show, there was 400 plus people in front of us, like nonstop, going crazy. I felt like a rock star. People were like, "Yo, let's take pictures and shit." I was like. So I'm next to the Hawthorne Heights and Red Jumpsuit Apparatus guys, and they're like, "Yo,
You guys play with them, right?
yeah." And we played with them a bunch of times, but after playing a Secondhand Serenade, they're like, "Take pictures with us and all that stuff." I'm like, "You guys know who's standing right next to me, right?" That dude in Hawthorne, the two dudes in Hawthorne Heights and the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus are right next to me. I'm like, "Who the fuck am I compared to them?" They're like, "Yeah, but like we want to." You guys were cool.
Yeah, but those bands have always sucked, and you guys don't. Because they definitely fucking suck.
So,
I wish Dan
Probably nice
Poinsett was
guys.
here to,
I'm sure you met them because you play with them. They're
honestly,
probably super nice guys.
I'm not going to lie.
I just fucking have always hated both those bands.
I'm not going to lie. The guys from Red Jumpsuit and Hawthorne Heights are probably
I've never heard of Red
some of the
Jumpsuit.
Face Down.
They had like
Never-
a really. They had like.
They had
Both
a huge
those
hit.
bands were like super like.
I know Hawthorne
TRL fucking.
Really?
But like
Red Jumpsuit Apparatus had a song that was like everybody fucking knew
Face
it.
Down.
Yeah, they were like one hit wonders for a minute.
Playing with them.
But now
they
they're
had
playing
a-
the Stanhope House
they
in
had
New
a bunch
Jersey
of-
for
they
like
had a-
$30.
They had a bunch of hits. Playing with them, they were really amazing. So was the Ataris. But like,
So,
Yeah,
do
we
we
should
do
put-
a story,
wait,
or do we save that for the next
wait.
podcast and just get
I have
hammered?
2 stories: Amsterdam and Shrooms.
All right, well, you know what? We are coming up with 3 hours, which is great. Not me.
I say we
editing-wise,
just
but-
bullshit for another 20 minutes and we bring you back in a couple weeks.
I'm 100% down with that.
Can you do that?
Oh my god! 100%.
So I say we save these stories.
If that
Are you
if-
okay with that? Because we
Are
can
you
do them now.
okay with that?
I say we just get drunk and bullshit for another.
It might be a good idea because we literally like 3 hours is more than the max. Like 3 hours, like I don't want to go more than 3 because it takes a while to edit. Plus, it's like how long do people want to listen?
We'll set
for?
you a date. What? So you can only do
I can do an array of days. You just let me know.
Sundays are our best day, but you probably do band practice on
No,
Sundays.
I have work. I bartend.
Yeah, what happened to band
Where do you-
practice?
where
Are
do
you
you
going to
bartend?
that? It's 7:00.
Well then.
You should probably text some people.
Yeah. Probably.
Where's band practice? How far away do you gotta go?
Back to my house.
Hey.
West Milford's not far from here.
It's like 4
No, not
minutes,
West Milford.
dude.
Montville.
Where the fuck is Montville?
Oh, you live
Hey,
in Montville now?
Montville is
For a name we shall not speak lives.
The dumb cunt.
Wait.
She is.
Oh, it's a girl.
Just an ex-girlfriend.
I know.
See, I like what you just said. I said cunt, and you didn't go, oh, it must be some broad. You know it's a term that can be used on multiple people, not just broads.
Wait.
That's what broads need to realize.
There
It's not
is-
offensive
There's a
against broads.
specific person.
But most of them are
we
cunts.
named.
They do need to realize that.
Yes.
There's
but
a-
everyone can be a cunt. Luckily, we're going to send
piece of
this to
shit.
you after he edits it, and you can say, take this out, take this out, take this out.
No, don't take anything out. I'm not ashamed.
Don't
of
edit
anything
that
I
out.
fucking
We're saving
say.
that.
Tanner might need to be our only guest from now on because he's like, yeah, you're not editing shit. I get stabbed. I do drugs. I'm
I
just
will-
kidding.
I will select the words I use wisely due to the fact that the only words I do not put in this podcast are the only words I never said in the court system. And that's okay, because that's 99% of my life. So if they were like, did you kill that person? I'd be like, what do you
plead the
mean?
fifth.
What do you
Did
mean?
you kill that person?
Yeah. I'd be like, hey, you. Did you kill that person?
Dude, where do you bartend?
I work at this place in Madison.
Is it you mainly? That's where you do your bartend?
Yeah, I bartend there. I've been working in the restaurant industry for the last 5 years, and it's kind
dope,
of
dude.
It's been
It sucks,
good.
but it's such.
I worked
good
at the
cash.
Melting Pot for a while, which is amazing. It's just extreme levels.
Bring
of
over a pot of
service.
cheese next time, dude.
No, it's way more extreme than I
So
can
you were a
make.
food
I can make
server at the
fondue for
Melting
you.
Pot?
Wait, what's up?
You were a food server at the Melting
So
Pot,
the
or
way
a
it
bartender?
works is you're a server. So you are not only just like you come in an hour early and you prep everything, you bag out cheese, you flour
Yeah.
cheese, you do all the ingredients.
Should that be
You
the
make-
cook's jobs?
No, you make everything at the table. You have to remember everybody's name. You have to remember information, write it down, track it, make sure you,
That sounds
you
like
use
a
it next time.
dick
Well,
hole
the
of a
melting
job.
pot
It's
is like
insane.
you like fondue
Well, it's like a
your
fondue
own cheese.
spot,
Yeah,
right?
and the whole time while you're making,
You do all the shit yourself.
Yeah, so you're making everything at the table. You are talking and literally remembering and then tracking down the information later when you go into the POS system and writing it down. It's really extreme. It's probably the
Fuck
most
that.
extreme
It's
level
worse
of
than the
service.
savey save fucky fuck car,
Yeah,
dude.
and
They
it's-
want to know everything about you when
and
you're melting cheese, fucking weirdos.
It was amazing. I made a killing. I met
sure
so
you
many
made a
people.
shitload of
But
money,
like
too.
now bartending, I've taken on this new persona. Like,
Bartending is a much better
oh
gig.
yeah, because serving, you're like, oh, everything is my fault. No problem. I'll do everything. Bartending, you're like, shut the fuck up. If you have a problem, get the fuck out,
Dude,
And it's so easy.
I remember bartending at first, and like it'd be from like our shift would be from 6 till 2 in the morning, like on the weekends, like or whatever. And I remember like from 6 till 10, I would be like laid back, like blah blah blah, like talk nice, say sir, man, whatever. 10 o'clock hit, dude. Like, what do you fucking faggots want a beer? What do you want?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah,
and my
that's pretty
boss
much
was
how I
totally
am.
cool with it. Like he
What
came
the
in
fuck
for
do
his
you
kid's
want?
birthday, and he saw me at a big bar, and he was like, "Oh, you're doing like a really good job." Like, dude, I was like talking shit. I'm like, "Come on, bozo, you want a fucking Bud Heavy, you fag? What do you want?" And my my boss at the time was like, "Huh, like is that good?" And then he saw how happy the customers were, and he was like, "Oh, I get it. He's just being a
See,
bro."
the worst part is that my bar only serves craft beers, so people are like, "Go get a Bud
We'll say,
Light."
I
I'm
work
like,
at a
I don't
fucking brew
have
pub.
any shit that you like. I don't have shitty beers. Like, and arguably, like Bud Light's good to go for. Like, I'll drink Bud Light, but it is a shitty beer.
Oh, you don't have
Yes.
domestics at
we
all?
have nothing like that.
Wow.
Dude. So it's
No
hard.
Bud, no
so living
Sam
in-
Adams, no
being.
nothing.
I'm not from Madison. I'm not from that bougie ass town.
Right.
People are like, eh.
You said the word bougie. You're in a very bougie town right now.
So they get all uptight and shit, and they're like, "Ew." So they get all uptight. So this
I'm gonna
guy.
take the shot, by the way.
Meanwhile,
I took mine.
I'm at Guitar Center because I used to work at Guitar Center. This guy walks in. It's like 10:30 a.m. First customer of the day. Walks in, looks directly me in the eyes. Looks
No
in.
true-
He's about like a foot away from me. Looks me in the eyes and goes, "Come out to my car." And I go, "Nope." And I look at him like, "No way." And he goes, "Just take a walk out." And I'm like,
No, you rapist.
yeah. And I'm like, "Nope." I learned a little bit how this is gonna go. I don't want to walk out to your car. And he goes, "I got some instruments." I was like, "Probably got some candy too, right?" And now this is not something you want to say to a customer. And he goes, "No, I want to send some instruments." I was like, "All right, bring him inside." He brings them in. Now he's got a fucking 1969 vintage Gibson SG.
Oh shit,
Dude, this thing now
standard.
Keep deluxe. Keep in mind.
Okay.
This thing could be sold
Sound like
for
you guys are talking about Honda Civics.
$8,000.
They're almost as much money.
$8,000 for the condition it's in. If it was in mint condition, it'd be sold for $30,000. Looks at me, and goes,
Guitar Center picks up guitars that are that expensive, huh?
100%. Oh,
Because
yeah.
Because you guys could sell it on the internet if you needed to.
We sell
probably.
it. We usually send it through our vintage shop. Now it was in really fucked up condition. It would have cost him $200 to fix it. He looks at me and goes, "Why don't you come out with me outside?" And I go,
Again after bringing the guitar in.
yeah. And I go, "Well, I don't really want to go anywhere with you." Don't take it offensively. It's just
No, you had to make sure.
you've really creeped me out.
Rapists need to be offended. Clearly.
That
And he go-
motherfucker bought that
So-
guitar for $30,000. Went, I'm gonna rape some.
No.
Guitar
He-
Center."
I'm raping the Guitar Center clerk. I'm spending $30,000 for rape.
He got it for free from his uncle.
Wow.
So he starts showing me pictures of his uncle, of him when he was a kid playing his uncle's guitar.
Shit, man. Oh
He's
my
like,
God.
yeah, my uncle was a heroin addict, so I used to play his guitar when I was 8 years old, and he would never know. I was like, you shouldn't tell people that. That's a terrible thing to tell people. And
How about you guys give him the guitar?
So we couldn't take it in because like the pots were fucked up, like everything was fucked up on it. It needed maintenance. We needed $200 of maintenance for us to give him a price. We would have given him like $1,500 for it.
$1,500 for?
Yeah. And he didn't want to spend $200 to fix it.
Real quick, I'm interrupting the shit out of all this. Tim Cooney wants to come over for Raw tonight because it's the 25th year anniversary. Stone Cold's coming on.
Yo, what time?
8 o'clock.
Yo, I'll watch Stone Cold come on, man.
All right.
I don't even like wrestling, but this is like the 4th time I've said this on this podcast. Stone Cold comes back, I'll fucking watch wrestling, dude.
Let me call the broad. Continue with your rape guitar story.
Continue with your rape story.
This guy's at the tech bench. He's looking at me. He's like, I'll meet you one-on-one whenever you want. And I'll sell this guitar to you for $200. And I'm like,
You should have did that, dude.
so I
Well,
wanted
no. I mean, you didn't want to get raped, but you should have found a
that
way to
was-
buy that guitar for $200.
That was truthfully my thing, but I was looking at him and I was like, honestly, man, like, I really don't want to fucking die. So I'm not gonna
What
spend.
Guitar Center?
$200.
The one on 46?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it sucks that
You may have seen me one day because I've.
No, I just stopped working there, and it sucks.
How long? When did you work there? Like what?
November to
November
January.
2017 to.
January 2018.
Oh, so you literally worked there for like 3 months.
Only my school schedule was what made me have to quit. I would have worked there for way long. So much fun, great management, and
Really? Because I've heard a lot of bad things about Guitar Center.
100%. There are bad things within the corporation, but for where I worked,
That's like every fucking retail place, though.
that every person that worked there was on the frequency on the same brain frequency as I. So like to identify and to relate to everyone you work with, that's rare. And the management was awesome. Like we had this guy Randy who came in from New York who understood volume. He understood like stressful situations. Hood as fuck, really fun, down with all the hip shit, really cool. Then John, who kept everybody in loop, like kept everybody synced, like everybody tight, you know. He was kind of like really like a stronghold on like rules and stuff like that. He kept everyone on the other spectrum. Really great chemistry. It was a great store, and the people that came in were really fun. I started building a clientele basis. It was
We
really
saw
good
Guitar
time.
Center rape.
Yeah, so this guy.
We moved on from the rape, but we're on.
Back to Guitar Center.
About 3 hours later, this lady comes in and she's like, "Hey, I need you to come out to my car." And I'm like, "This
I'm
is."
also gonna
and I
rape
look
you.
at her and I'm like, "This is not happening again."
Again.
Hold on.
It's your band?
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing? We have practice.
What time did you have practice at?
What?
Put it on speaker. They got on the mics.
What? What time? Yeah, it's 7:08.
Tell him he's live on the podcast
You are live on the Shots for Like podcast.
with Fudge and Finn.
You are live on the Shots for Like podcast right now. You're a piece of shit. You're live on the Shots for Like podcast right now.
I don't know what you're saying.
You're on a podcast, dude.
The hashtag
You are
shots for
live.
likes.
You are live on a Shots for Likes podcast.
The shots for likes.
Yeah, you owe us $10.
Since I have you on, I'm sorry to hear that.
That guy sounds funny, whoever he is.
Nick is the bassist of my band, and he's probably one of the funniest individuals I've ever met. Even though he's a piece of shit.
Hey, Nick, I don't know if you can hear me, but you fucking sound funny, dude.
That's our band name, Piece of Shit, because that's all we are.
Call the album Pieces of Shit.
So yes, we are gonna practice around 8 o'clock, 8:30 if we need to at night.
If Tanner needs to.
So I'm bringing him then.
Who are you bringing?
The drummer, dude.
All right.
Go back to having your fun, pussy.
Listen to the podcast.
All right. Well, fuck you.
Have fun. I can't play with yourself. Goodbye.
Bye.
Please don't play with yourself yet.
So that was Nick from
Dude,
my band.
Dude, any band member ever would be like, "Oh my god, you're so annoying! Like, what time is band practice? Like, are you gonna show up?" Nick's like, "Oh, yeah, that sucks. They got you on, huh?" Like that was. He's funny.
So
Next time you come on, you might need to bring Nick because he sounds funny.
Oh, Nick is probably one of the funniest
We can
fucking
pop
people
4
I've ever
people
met.
on now.
So the best part is I go to Guitar Center, not trying to name drop them.
We
'cause
do
fuck
need
them.
another
But
SM7B.
the best part,
We'll get there.
I'll bring mine.
Huh?
Nick also works there.
That's true.
So
We'll have one by then.
So it's like my first few days at Guitar Center. I'm handling a customer. Nick looks at the customer and goes, "You know why
see.
you shouldn't be with this associate?" And the guy goes, "Why?" He goes, "This guy was put in jail for fucking chickens." Me. He
What?
starts telling.
Whoa, the
he
dude
starts
that's-
telling every customer that I come in contact with that I went to jail for fucking chickens, and like it's an amazing narrative.
That's terrible for you, but that's hilarious.
Now, just like the stab story, I'm sitting there immobilized.
you dirty
Okay,
chicken
wait a second.
fucker.
The guy who wanted to sell you the Gibson,
The guy who just was on the phone, Nick, who's in my band,
he
told-
fucked
I
the
know,
chicken.
we-
No. He told. He
We
told.
moved on from the
Okay,
Gibson
okay,
ring
okay.
guy.
He told every customer,
was
every
telling
person,
people.
every person that I ever come in contact with, that I fuck chicken.
Oh, that you fucked
yes,
the chicken.
and that. So this guy was trying to sell.
I
this
hope you have a small dick. It's a wee one of his laddies.
This guy
That's
was
8
trying
in
to
a
sell
row,
something
bitch.
to Nick, and I was like, "Oh, let me check it out." And I played it, and then the guy goes, "How much can I get for it?" Nick goes, "Well, since he touched it, nothing. It's worth nothing." And this guy got really offended. Nick was like, "Sorry, but this dude fucks chickens, and it's worth nothing."
How
man."
are you not fired?
Yeah, Nick's a great guy. As even if we don't play in bands from further on, or if we do, probably one of the only individuals that no matter what I say to him, he's gonna twist it and make me look like a rapist.
All right, so when you come back on in a couple months or whenever, you have 2 more stories to tell,
The Shrooms and Amsterdam story, and I'll have more.
and you're gonna bring Nick.
Oh, 100%. I will fucking bring Nick.
I think that's a great idea.
We'll call the episode "Tanner Brings Nick."
well,
Yeah, that's all it needs to be said because the stories speak for themselves.
All right, let's do a shot and wrap her up.
Yeah, probably. It's at 3 hours. When it like easily gets to 3 hours like this, it's like, oh my god, let's keep going. But like my sober self tomorrow when I'm editing is gonna be like, yeah, thank God I kicked these fucking drunk fuckers off my goddamn podcast. It's too long.
I listened to Joe Rogan's podcast with the lead singer of Black Flag, I believe.
Henry Rollins.
Oh, Henry
Yes.
Rollins, dude, he's a loser.
While on the
he
way,
was on Joe Rogan.
on the way to
I need to
on the
listen to
way
that.
When
from
was
Paris,
that?
on the way to Paris from Amsterdam.
That must have been an
and
older episode.
It was a 3.5 hour special. It was the best fucking podcast
Almost
I've
did-
ever heard of my life.
Well,
Joe Rogan's podcasts are like 3 to 4 hours or like
Sometimes
an hour.
they're yeah. I have no problem with listening
gonna
to
go
like a
mine.
4 or 5 hour podcast. It's just
Here's the top for that. when fucking Tanner stuck the fucking whiskey plug in my fucking Bacardi
That's
bottle.
a conspiracy.
the thing is no one's listening, so
We want you to believe we stuck the whiskey
What do
plug
you
in the
know
Bacardi
about-
bottle. We want you to believe that.
Santa's not real.
shut the fuck
In
up.
case
man.
there's
Don't
any
tell them
12-year-olds listening.
that. all our fucking
If a
10 and
12-year-old's listening, talk to your parents because they're not doing a good job, you fucking
awful
moron.
job.
You
might
piece of
learn a
shit.
lot though.
You're having a good time, but your parents are probably all
You're-
having a bad
wait,
time.
wait
You're
a
probably wondering a lot about what we're talking about. But
12-year-old, they're probably from West Milford. And they're probably like, man, these motherfuckers don't know shit.
I've been stabbed 8 times. Fuck
I
you.
sucked a dick for heroin.
This dickhead only got stabbed once. I got stabbed 8 times, man. Shit.
Cheers.
And here's our sponsor from Mr. Rogers Sweater Company.
With his tattoos.
Cheers, motherfuckers.
Cheers. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Absolute great time, Tanner. It really
Tasted
was.
like a lollipop.
Yeah, that's why I drink it. I'm a fag.
So we're going to do a
Convenience is everything.
pretty easy conventional wrap-up of the 8th episode of the hashtag Shots for Legs podcast with Tanner Faivre. From West Milford.
Oh, wait, whoa, we can't stop yet. You got to do
Yeah.
Can you do one? Can you do one? We're asking everyone to do one.
Holy shit, that's getting sampled all over the theme song. Yo, I'm mad random. You know what? Dude, my insurance got really expensive lately because I got into a rear ender a little bit ago. And so I was like, yeah, let me see if Geico's a little bit cheaper. Ever since then, dude, like 6 times a day. I don't want your insurance, faggot. Stop calling me.
Answer.
I'll pick up right now on the fucking podcast.
Yeah, let me answer.
It just ended.
I'm not gonna lie.
We just ruined an opportunity.
This.
I would have picked up like walking. Ow. Can I answer the phone? What are you doing?
Oh,
insurance? Ow.
Put
I don't
I
like
should try
it.
Insurance, you're
Put
right.
a comma just in random places. That's how he does it. He just puts commas. He reads the scripts and he's like,
Oh.
He says
Comma.
a lot.
comma.
Ow.
Well, it's not it's ow.
I love Christopher
It's
Walken.
like he's hurting himself.
I need
It's ow.
cowbell all the time. Not all the time, but some
So
time.
if this is the end,
It is.
I just want to say thank you very much for having me, and this has been probably
Thank
the
you.
most fun I've had in a long time.
Until 2 months from now when you're back on with
Dude,
fucking that
Seriously,
other kid. We got
You-
story. Dude, it's to be continued. We have more stories to talk about.
well, for the listeners, I just want to say thank you for listening, and
All
go-
4 of them.
I think you're all. I think
There's
you're all,
more.
I think you're all pieces of shit. And
Oh,
so
I
if
love
you-
it.
and or cunts.
I know this because I listen and I'm a piece of shit. And so I just want to say that you're garbage. And have a good day.
Slip. Purr.
Shots for the likes. Smoking crack with that weird step parent. Shots for the likes. Doing shrooms with your best friends. Getting stabbed in the car with your best friend. Smoking crack with your best friend. Shots for the likes. You never drank so much in your life. You're feeling awkward now. I think you're all pieces of shit.
And or cunts.